So welcome back to part 2 of the Intermission podcast, episode 41.
Yeah.
If for some reason you clicked on this before the other one, this is the second part of our top 10 favorite films of 2022. We're going to go through our 5 to 1s.
Yeah.
These are the big boys.
Yeah.
The big
If you are-
or
if-
girls.
If you've come straight to this and not watched the first one, just fucking leave. We don't want you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Come on. We had a good
If
time.
you're not gonna watch the first one, don't watch either. Fuck you. Leave. We don't like you. We don't like your kind.
We didn't get. You know what? We didn't get as much of a bicker.
No, I thought we'd argue more. I mean,
You did-
Belfast we argued a bit.
A little bit, but just you know what? I think it's like I had more of a passionate hatred towards Don't Look Up last year. Whereas like this time, it's like the films that you've mentioned that I didn't like, I'm like, that's just not really for me.
Yeah,
These
it's
ones.
not for you, and that's fine.
If you then just turned around and went, so Halloween Ends is my number 3.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
I'd be like, hang the fuck.
Yeah.
No, but I will say, because I'm looking at the 5 films I guessed would be in your. Well, now I've got one wrong.
Yeah.
Because I guessed Avatar 2 is your number 5.
And it's not. It was my number 6.
Yes, it
Spoilers
was.
for that video.
Again.
Surely you've got to have seen it. If you haven't seen it, again, I repeat, fuck off and get out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
Unsubscribe if you're subscribed. We don't want you.
By the way, thank you.
Scum.
Thank you all the 325 a year that are subscribed to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking hell, that's too many. That's way too many. Jesus.
So,
What the hell's wrong with you people?
should we get in our...
Yeah, let's do it. Let's talk about top 5. Are
Um,
you going first?
yes, I am.
Cool.
My number 5
Where's my number 5?
is a film that was my second most anticipated of the year going in the way. And it is a film called After Yang
Oh, yeah.
by Coconado.
Robot Boy.
Yeah, not Colin Farrell.
Little robot.
Little robot. But he's also a grown man.
Is he?
The robot. It's not a child.
Who plays the robot?
I don't know
Is
his
it
name.
Peter Serafinowicz?
No, it's.
I don't know why that came to my head, but I thought if someone was to play a man that was a robot.
No, his name is. Where is he? Justin H. Min. He plays Yang.
Good on him.
This film. I talked a bit about this on an episode
Mm.
of the Intermission.
The what?
The Intermission.
Fuck, I hate those guys.
The Intermission.
I've never listened to an episode of that.
No, neither have I.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't even dare.
Oh, it can't be me. Jesus.
But yes, I won't talk too much spoilers about this.
Mm.
Because I would be intrigued to your
Oh, yeah.
thing on it. But I'll repeat what I basically said in terms of first time round. Coconado is a filmmaker that I'm becoming quite a big fan of. He did a film called, his first film was Columbus, which is easily one of my all time faves. That's a film that I stick on almost for peace.
Okay.
Like, I'm like, I want to just chill. But I also want a little bit of sadness to me as well.
Okay. Yeah.
Columbus it go.
Mm.
In we go with Columbus. After Yang has a similar type of thing with it in the sense of like it is tranquil.
Mm.
It's quite calm and peaceful, but obviously with the subject matter in hand, it's a film. The plot line is set in the near future, and it's a family of Colin Farrell, his wife, and their daughter, their adopted daughter.
I thought you were going to say it's a family of Colin Farrells.
Just loads
Just
of
5 Colin
Jesus
Farrells.
Christ! No, it's Colin Farrell who's the dad. You need to look at the actress's name. Jodie Turner-Smith is the wife.
I know that. No, I don't know that name.
I don't know.
What's she in? Google it.
White
Keep
Noise.
talking.
Queen and Slim. She's in there.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
she's Queen.
okay. Yeah.
I think.
And Maylee, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but the actress who played the daughter called Mika, she is a Chinese girl, and Yang is a robot, an AI robot,
A Robert.
a Chinese robot
Mm.
who they originally get him as like a way to teach Mika about her culture.
Yeah, okay.
Because she's an adopted daughter into the family of Jodie Turner-Smith and Colin Farrell. So, but then Yang's, he just is one of the family.
Yeah.
Film opens, and in the first few minutes, he just malfunctions, and then all of a sudden it's like, shit, this really quite integral part of our family is just gone,
Shit.
and we didn't expect it, and now we need to go through all of that. And there's points of where the daughter Mika isn't quite dealing with it well. There's things where it's like they don't know quite what the fuck to do.
Right. Okay.
in the sense like, do we get him repaired? Do we just replace him? Type
Yeah.
of shit like that. And then there's points where like, and the film really like sails through to me. And again, the film, again, the whole vibe is everything that I kind of want in it. In the again, chill.
Yeah.
The cinematography is gorgeous. The score is fucking brilliant. Similar reasons why I like her in that regard, in the sense of like, it's near future.
Yeah.
Like sci-fi, so it's quite like
Yeah.
clean, pristine. It's this interesting like world of like, it's really like, it's very traditional Asian based, but obviously there's future, but then there's multiple races of people in this world.
Right,
So it's
okay.
like, are we in Japan? Are we in Korea? Like, I don't know.
That's
Like,
quite cool.
like the
That's like
fashions,
China
the
sort of
fashion is Asian influenced, and like the houses are like very like, you know, like in like when we would watch like the Sword Doom whatever, and they have like those houses that are just all one floor or some shit, like all wood and shit. It's like that, but then there's like a telly.
Yeah.
So it's all like that
Cool.
in like, beautiful production design and stuff like that. But where the film really like hits home for me, and again, this is what I'll say. This won't be necessarily fun Oscar talking about his favorite films of this year. This is going to be reflective Oscar talking about his favorite films of the year. Except there's going to be one that's going to be an absolute blast. We're going to talk about. So don't worry. It's not all doom and gloom, fellas. But there's a point where Colin Farrell gets Yang's memory chip, and I think I explained how it works. And again, this film does a really good job at playing with aspect ratios in not a stupid fucking way. In the sense, I'm looking at you, blonde. In the sense of like, the whole film's kind of letterboxed, so it's like narrow and tight. But when they're on a phone call, it's 4:3, and they're talking to the camera.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
So we switch like that.
Nice.
And there's a point where, and then when Colin Farrell puts on the glasses with Yang's memory chip, we go full frame.
Okay.
So the memories are all full frame.
Yeah.
The film itself is letterboxed type of thing, like cinematic framing. And then there's just a point where Colin Farrell puts on the glasses, and then we see Yang's memories, and it's all from the point of view of Yang. It looks like it's done on a slightly different camera, or so. Like it looks like it's slightly cheaper camera. I don't like, not necessarily cheap. It's not pixely, but it looks more like a DSLR as opposed to a cinema camera in a sense. And it's just like, there's just this one sequence of like, he's going through all of Yang's memories, whether it be, whether it be like he's looking at a leaf, or he's looking at a mirror, or he's playing with Mika, or he's talking to someone else. And I'm not going to spoil Haley Lou Richardson's character in the film, because that's a whole fucking other brilliant thing that is worth not knowing a thing about, but she's really good in it, and her character is just fucking brilliant and plays really well with another sci-fi trope. That again really grounds it, but does it in a cool like way in the lore of everything. And it's like he's sat up late at night, like looking through the memories, and Mika, the little girl, his daughter, like goes up and goes like, "Oh, dad," like, and takes the glasses off, and she goes like, "What were you watching?" And he just goes, "Oh, just a documentary." And she goes, "Was it boring you to tears?"
Oh.
And he goes, "Yeah, it was boring, yeah." And it's just like, oh man,
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Colin.
Yeah, exactly. And this is very quiet, subtle Colin Farrell. This is very like subdued, very like he's just very like, again, that exactly what I said there. Just that one moment is like just very like poignant, beautiful. And then he goes like, "Why are you up? Why are you up late?" And she goes like, "Oh, I want to get a glass of water. I'm gonna go get a glass of water." And then he goes, "Do you do this all the time at night?" And she goes like, "Yeah, I usually had Yang come with me to get it, because Yang can hear me even if I whisper," type of thing. It's like Yang could be in the other room and I can just go. And then like, and then to which then Colin Farrell would go like, "Why didn't you just get Yang to get you the water then instead?" And she goes, "No, I like to get my own water." So it's little lovely poignant things throughout the whole film. Sweet. It's like a 95-minute film as well, so it's a beautifully brisk film. Very, again, and the thing I think what connects with me loads about this, again, apart from the technical side of things, And again, if you know, when we talked about Blade Runner, Blade Runner should be a film that I like in the sense like we're looking at androids and being like, what does it mean to be human?
Yeah.
Oh, that was another really cool fucking moment. There was a point where Colin Farrell asks Haley Louis Richardson, who knew Yang, he goes, did Yang ever want to be human? And then Haley Louis Richardson goes like, that's such a human question to ask.
Yeah.
Why do humans think that's...
Yeah, why do humans think that they would want to be human?
And then I think she then goes, I don't think he ever questioned about being human. I think he questioned whether he was like, I think he never questioned about like whether he was human or not. He questioned also whether he was Asian or not. Because it's like, is he authentic to his race then? If he's a it's more like that's a fucking fascinating thing to look at, like an android thing of like an AI to be like.
That's really interesting.
As opposed to be like, am I really life? It's more like, can I be the race if I'm not like?
I'm not a real person.
Yeah. Like if I'm just programmed. To have all this shit, and it's like things where he gets in conversations and he goes like, no, I'm not sure if I'm actually. I think he says like, because Colin Farrell's like a tea maker. He's pretty passionate about tea. Sounds really wanky and pretentious, but they do a really good job at like making it not feel that way. And there's like a flashback of when he's talking to Yang about tea, and he's trying to explain tea to Yang, and he lets Yang try some tea, and then he goes, and then I think Yang says something along the lines of like, he wishes he could. I think he says something like, I wish I could have not analytical feelings about this. Because all the things that come into his mind is just the stats.
Yeah, he doesn't get like passionate about stuff.
Yeah. But he can see Colin Farrell's passion. He goes like, your passion's interesting. I wish I could not just have statistics about this.
That's sad.
Film's littered through all of this. Yeah. Film's littered through all of it.
Where can I watch this? I want to watch
I
this.
got it on Now. It's on Now TV.
Okay, cool.
It's a Sky Cinema based thing. So that's where it's,
that's where it resides.
Yes. It's exactly. But you could also get it on DVD, Blu-ray as well. Like it's out there as well. But I think what really like, apart from all that stuff, what really like makes this film hit with me more recently is it's a film about more so looking at memories and looking back at someone that you have lost. And again, in my point of view, what I'm going to say now, person I lost recently was also a very unexpected loss. So watching this film post that was very like. It was very needed. It wasn't a film like Clerks 3 that allowed me to cry. It was just a film that allowed me to sit with memories.
Allow you to be reflective for a bit. And
And like
which again is a very important.
Yes.
Probably. Yeah.
And that's where a lot of my top 5 is going to be, is what I'm going to say. A lot of my top 5 is going to be, this is why this film's important to me. But that's what I mean. This is what, when I talk about what I like in film, this is what I like in film. If a film can make me reflect on my current state in a life, in a point in life, that's what's going to hit home with me. And After Yang is a film I will rewatch again. That's the shit with his films, because he's only got 2 films. He was like a video essayist on Vimeo as well, so that's how he kind of got known amongst the film community. And then he did Columbus, which was fucking brilliant, and then he did this. And the thing that I gather from both of these 2 films is like, the first watch is good, and you're like, oh, that's good, but then the vibe sits with you more. That when you go back to the film, that's when the true feeling of the film starts to unlock, and you go, oh shit, fuck. Now to the point of where I can watch Columbus like in any mood I'm in and be like, this scene is important to me at this current point in my life, but then I could watch it when I'm in another point in my life, and then another scene connects with me more. I think After Yang might be a little bit more narrow, but then again, I don't know, because again, the film has themes of like, again, dealing with grief and loss, but then also dealing with identity, but then also dealing with, like, you see all the perspectives of, you see Colin Farrell's perspective, you see his wife's perspective, you see the daughter's perspective, you see Yang, you see Haley Richardson. So there's multiple moments where like whatever the characters are feeling, you could probably end up watching and going like, I'm connecting with that character right now. So After Yang, it's not one of the 3-hour fucking films that came out this year, and it is worth watching. And it's no surprise to me that it didn't really get much attention because it is so quiet. It's such a little film. And of all the Colin Farrell films that have come out this year, this is definitely the more obscure one. but it's definitely worth your time in viewing it.
Man.
But yes, your number 5, Robbie.
My number 5, Oscar, I cannot explain. I don't know why I like this movie so much, to be honest. But my number 5 is Nope.
Oh,
It's Jordan Peele's Nope.
I did guess that was going to be in your top 5.
you?
So there you go. I put that at your number 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
You overestimate.
Yeah.
Evidently.
Evidently.
Yeah, I really, really liked it. I think it's like you said about the Oscars just briefly then.
Yeah.
It's no surprise it's not nominated for anything because it basically says that they're bad.
Yeah.
and it's literally like the Hollywood Foreign Press watched it and went,
Well, the Hollywood Foreign Press is Globes.
well, sorry.
But
well,
the Academy.
the Academy. It feels like the Academy watched it and went, oh, that was mean. Come on. Oh, come on. Well, fuck you. You're not getting fucking nominated for anything.
And what I'll say is, I guess that's why Babylon has also not necessarily got the best awards reaction.
It feels like,
And it's also interesting that the Fabelmans has got all the lovely reaction to it.
Yes, because isn't cinema nice? And
Fabelmans is, I like Fabelmans better.
whereas-
That's next year's
whereas,
list.
whereas Nope goes, isn't cinema a little bit exploitative?
Yeah,
And we kind of go, yeah, actually.
Did we? We talked a bit about this film on a.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on the episodes. I think thematically it's really, really interesting and good, and the idea of spectacle and going after spectacle and what that means and the risks that can come with that is really cool, and I like doing it through the eyes of like
a big alien
a big
invasion
fucking
film,
monster movie.
Yeah,
Which is awesome, like, and a different kind of monster movie, because I think, the trailers let's be very vague and let's keep people guessing about what this movie's going to be. It's aliens. Everyone knew we all thought it was going to be aliens going in, and I was under the impression that it was going to be an alien invasion movie.
Yeah.
And it feels like it is.
Kind of.
For the first half.
Yeah.
For the first half, and then the twist happens, and then it's Jaws.
Yeah.
And then it's just Jaws, but instead of the sea, it's the sky. And it's really fucking cool, and I like.
That's actually, I didn't think about that. It's actually a very good comparison. It is just Jaws.
It's Jaws. It's basically Jaws, and I like that it's instead of it being, how do we stop this thing? It's instead, how do we exploit this thing to be famous? Or whatever? And it's like, that's bad. You shouldn't do that. and Daniel Kaluuya's character,
brilliant,
is so interesting.
OJ.
Yeah, he's great. I think he's really fucking interesting and weird, and you can't really get a good read on what he's thinking. He plays the very stoic cowboy archetype really well, which I think it's obvious. You can clearly see that it was inspired by westerns and stuff, and from Stephen Yeun's character and whatever. And
he's great, man.
He's so good.
I wanted him more in it.
Yeah,
personally.
But he does what he needs to, which is, he serves the story of being the guy that has been massively affected by the idea of chasing spectacle when all of his cast and crew were killed by that monkey that one time, just because it was.
Well, one of them was horrifically defaced.
Yes. Yeah. And because the whole thing was, how do we make the sitcom stand out? Just throw a monkey in.
Yeah.
What?
Not thinking about the actual
exactly, not thinking about the implications of having a fucking monkey there. And what if it goes crazy one day and kills everyone?
Yeah.
So, and then he's clearly off screen, never really explained, which I don't think it needs to be explained. He clearly off screen has come across this alien thing before and is like, I'm gonna fucking make a fortune off this.
Yeah.
And he thinks he can control it, and then that horrible scene happens where everyone's getting pushed up inside the alien, and it's awful.
Yeah, it's that scene.
It's gross. Man.
Slight spoilers for Nope, by the way. That scene and the tracking of the monkey.
Yeah,
is two of the both of those scenes are like horror perfection.
Yeah.
I think I said in the video of when we discussed one of the episodes where we discussed it briefly, that monkey, that shot of the monkey where Stephen Yeun's character is under the table.
Yeah.
I'm like, that should be shown in terms of like how you show a horror villain.
Yeah.
Like, this is how you do it.
Awesome. Yeah. I also love the sequence because if we're doing spoilers, it's not an alien invasion and it's not a ship. That is the creature.
Yeah.
And it's eating people. It's
cool,
not
cool twist on it.
Great
cool
twist.
That is,
it's not abducting people. It's eating them, and
it's just a random.
It's just a fucking animal. When it deposits everything over their house, is such a fucking cool scene with like the blood coming down the window and like getting the shots of it. It's very made me feel very like Poltergeist. Like the original Poltergeist, it felt a bit like that.
Still need to see Poltergeist,
But it felt the whole thing feels because in terms of its scope and whatever, and it feels very Spielberg a lot of the time.
Well,
for
that's
me, which obviously being a big old Spielberg shill, appreciates a lot. So yeah, it was fucking cool, and I think the idea that Jordan Peele had, where he said that he came up with the idea in lockdown when it was going to be when it was kind of like the future of cinema was kind of in question. What is this anymore? And he was like, I want to make a fucking huge movie that people can't not go to the cinema.
Yeah, I mean, it was an IMAX film as well.
And it was huge, and it looks amazing.
Yeah, no, it got
How the fuck is it not nominated for cinematography? I don't understand.
The cinematography category this year is weird. We'll stay tuned to Oscars video. But that's a weird category, man.
The day to night stuff.
Beautiful.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking awesome. Kiki Palmer is incredible.
Yeah.
She's so good.
Yeah.
I love the guy that plays the character Angel. I don't know what he's called in real life.
Yeah, I know.
He's great as a like comedic relief, fun character. The cinematographer guy is hilarious.
He's one of the weaker elements for me personally.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I think
that's what it gets a bit too on the nose for me.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
This film's weird in the sense I feel like some point, I think even I said this, I feel like at some point in this film, Jordan Peele goes a bit too ambiguous for ambiguity's sake.
Yeah, I think.
And then sometimes he then goes weirdly like, all right, get it, mate.
Yeah, I think the one point for me where it goes, all right, I get it,
is when he goes
when he decides to die
Yeah.
just to get the shot.
And he get the one, it's like, come on.
You've got it.
That was literally just a reason for him to die. That's why that was.
It needed a reason to go wrong.
It
needed a reason for their plan to go wrong, and I think there's a better way of writing that to go wrong.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could even have been like the fucking, I don't know. Daniel Kaluuya's hood falls down.
Sure.
When he's on the horse.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
But but overall, I think it's an incredible movie, and the spectacle of it and what it's saying about cinema is fucking great, and it's not as good as his other two.
No.
Say that. I think I prefer it to Get Out. I still think Get Out's the best movie he's made. No. Here's my opinion of the three now. Get Out's his best written movie.
Yeah.
Us is my favorite of his movies.
Yes.
And this one is his best made movie.
Yeah, it's the biggest. But I think
that's.
I'm not going to argue that.
I think cinematically, this is his best one. Us is just the one that's the best one, in my opinion. It's my favorite.
I agree. It's
just good fun.
It's the more like, it's the better rounded package, I think. In the sense like it's
just a good fun movie, a horror movie, and Get Out is
and I haven't watched
written. I think
rewatching Get Out last night. I'm like,
it
was like, there's a lot of really good shit.
It's really good.
There's a lot of really good stuff.
So excited for what he does next. Don't be a wanker.
Again, he hasn't been yet, but I keep saying
it's on a razor's edge.
Yeah.
Just keep making fucking good movies, and don't be trying to be wanky and pretentious, please.
Yeah,
because you make good movies, Jordan, and I love you. So that come here. Anyway, you got number 4.
My number 4. Now we're into all of my 5-star films.
Oh,
every other film I'm talking about is 5 stars. Again, good ass year for film, and I think I'd go on properly say this, but like I feel like the last two, 2020, 2021, obviously not great. No. Like 2020 obviously got nuked, because of COVID, and then 2021 was like. The ripple. This is the first year in a long time that I feel like I've seen loads of films. I've been like, "Fuck, this is we're really good time." So my number 4, is The Batman. It's my number 4 favorite film of the year. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Was my most anticipated film of the year. Lived up to it, quite frankly. I'll say they did a few things where I'm like. Now, do you know? All right, when I say this, they did a few things that I didn't quite want. But that's also like, I just wanted more Bruce Wayne. But that doesn't mean it's a bad flick. Do you know what I mean? At that point, that you need people need to get their theories out the way with, in the sense of like, just because the film didn't do what you wanted.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
doesn't mean it's a bad. It's just that's just not what the film was.
Yeah,
just fucking. Do you know what I mean? It's like
deal with it.
If your complaint isn't. we didn't get a full scene with the Joker. It's like, that's not what
That's not
just because you had your own little head.
Yeah.
And all in my head, my only thing was like, I just want a really in-depth thing with Bruce Wayne. And that's the only thing we didn't get. But also, if anything, I'm kind of glad we just got like a 3-hour film of Batman being a detective, if I'm being honest. I'm just seeing in a full bat suit, just investigating shit.
Yeah.
Fully down with it.
Mm-hmm.
And in terms of this film in particular, this is the film that like I still think I need to rewatch it, but I still say The Dark Knight's my favorite Batman film. But I'm finding it more and more difficult to think of any other Batman film than this film in terms of like what I'm going back to when watching a Batman film.
Yeah.
This film was very much so almost practically made for me. You got Robert Pattinson as Batman. You had Paul Dano as the Riddler.
Yeah.
You had fucking Andy Serkis as Alfred in it all. You got a good Catwoman. I like Zoe Kravitz a lot as this Selena Kyle. You got Colin Farrell, who's had the best year.
That's such a good year.
He's had the best year, I will say. As the Penguin, who is one of my favorite maybe my favorite interpretation of the Penguin. The more time I'm watching it,
I really like the one in the Telltale Games, but that's
that's a good. I think the Telltale Games are still maybe my favorite Batman.
Okay,
like
that makes sense.
like to me personally. But with this film, I like we finally have now got a Batman film that they've just gone full on. It's Batman now.
Yeah.
Like it's not. Oh, is it Chicago?
No.
Or is it
Gotham?
Or is it? Oh, is it New York?
Yeah.
Oh, is this Burton Land?
Yeah.
No.
It's
Gotham.
Yeah.
But it's Liverpool and Glasgow, and nope, it's Gotham. We are in Gotham right now. And I think Greg Fraser's cinematography really does help with it, which again, cinematography category is weird.
Yes.
So again, didn't really expect this to get nominated, if I'm being honest. But also,
come on.
It looks so good.
It looks amazing.
I think. And I also think the score is also Michael Giacchino's score, so good. The Batman theme, brilliant.
Yeah.
But the fact that each motif is instantly recognizable and instantly like that's the Catwoman one, that's the Riddler one, that's the can't ask for any more in my little Batman film. And that's another thing I want to point out. 3 hours long. I'm fine with it. Yeah. And I think I've said, I can't remember if we talked about it on the podcast, but I said to you, I was like, I didn't feel like I just watched a 3-hour epic. I felt like I binged a miniseries. Yeah. Which, I mean, hey, if that's what the next Batman films are going to be, give me a trilogy of 3-hour Batman films that are almost a bit anthology-y. Yeah. Like, because if you think about this film, what it does really well, it's like, there's just an episode where it's like, oh no, Batman needs to chase after Penguin.
Yeah. Cool.
And then there's a bit where Bruce Wayne has to go to talk to Falcone.
Great.
Now there's just a little bit where the Riddler's been a little bit of a cheeky bitch.
Yeah, he's been a little cheeky bastard.
Oh, and now we got a bit of just Batman and Selena.
Yeah.
It's not just one big. It's like we got little segments throughout the whole film, which I think helps with building the world of Gotham.
Yeah.
And now I don't just give me one main villain, I guess. But now I don't. I like the fact of we had Riddler, but also Penguin's here, and also Falcone is kind of technically the main villain.
Yeah, he is. I would.
Yeah. So, and then Catwoman's also in it.
Yeah.
I'm more than fine with the next Batman film. Okay, I'm fine with Joker being in it a bit more. I don't want to be the main villain.
No.
But fine. I don't know if you want Mr. Freeze is the main villain, and then Vicky Vale's also about now.
Yes.
I think that should be. I think Selena Kyle should not be in the second film.
She'll be back.
I don't think she should be in the second film. I think we need to have Bruce. We need more Bruce Wayne, first of all.
Fucking yes.
We need more Bruce, which I think will probably do it. We need more Bruce, and I think he almost needs to have a new love interest, and he ends up falling for Vicky Vale with Selena Kyle not anywhere near this. And then in the third film, she's back. There's a bit of a...
We do Mask of the Phantasm.
And we do Mask of the Phantasm.
That'd be great.
Wouldn't hate it. But you know what I mean? But that's another thing. The fact that this film made me excited for Batman again.
Yeah.
It's been so long since I've been excited for a Batman film. I remember saying God, the last again, I like Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
It's fine, but like I like it fine. Like, but like to me, the last good one since then was just the Lego Batman movie,
It's fucking awesome.
and it's brilliant.
It's so good.
But the fact I'm like,
yeah.
we've had how many other incarnations of Batman, and I still haven't felt like fuck.
Yeah.
And I get you Superman people who are like still haven't had a good one since Superman 2, I guess.
We haven't had a good one since the 80s. How do you feel? What if the last good Batman movie was the fucking
was
one?
Keaton.
How would you feel about that?
Won't be happy.
Yeah, exactly. We're very upset about it. All the Superman fans are very upset.
Me.
But
with me, what I think as well with this, and I like the fact of like to me, this, like, I don't know what your feelings are about like the interpretation of Bruce Wayne. You're like, he's just a moody prick, and I'm like, no, but that's why I like. Yeah, but to me, I'm like, but that's why I like it. But like to me, I get it, and it is a very specific type of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
It's a Bruce Wayne that fucking wears his little eye makeup because it makes sense in the mask, but he takes it off and he looks like a little emo boy, and he's listening to Nevermind by Nirvana, and he's journaling, and I love it. Oh, and that's what I mean.
His journals,
but like the film leans so much into a style that this is what I mean. Yes, Batman is silly, but if you just lean into it, it can be believable.
Yes,
and it's like we see like there's something in the first time it's used in the film. The fact that song is used twice in the film.
Yeah, it's great.
Because I thought it was just going to be a trailer song.
Yeah.
Nope, it's in the film twice. And the first time it's like he's like riding his motorcycle, he's narrating it.
Yeah.
He's like he rides up in his bat cave and there's bats. There's bats in the bat cave. And he's just kind of like, and it's like I need to tell myself what happened the next night, the last night, so I remember it. And he's like, takes his little eye contact lens out of
which I love. I love the cameras and the eye contact.
Yeah, and then he like plays it, and then he's journaling about it, so he remembers it all. And it's like, it's again, it's like, can it be corny? Yeah, but the fact you've got like just like moody Robert Pattinson. Yeah. Again, Alfred walks in, he turns down his Nirvana.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a believable world in there, enough in there, and it does so much that makes me happy as a fan of this property. Yeah. And the fact of like, and again, I've been burned so much by like IPs that I like. Again, Star Wars, fuck me royally. Yeah. The anything
right
with you what?
Right in the mouth.
Right in the mouth. And then the Batfleck stuff just ended so disastrously. Yeah. And then Gareth Evans is like, we're not going to do a Raid 3. I'm like, oh, fuck, I was really looking forward to it. Yeah. And then like Halloween ended the way it fucking did. Yeah. John Wick, I'm digging though. John Wick is a franchise that I'm like, they haven't done anything fucking stupid
they haven't done
yet.
anything ridiculous yet.
4 doesn't look like it's going to be that either, so
we'll wait for the spin-off sequel TV show.
Yeah, that'll be. Ballerina as well. I'm scared about that because Chad Stahelski isn't involved with that.
Oh, really?
It's Len Wiseman who did Die Hard 4 who's directing that one.
I don't know about that one, Sheev. Yeah, okay. Well, we'll see.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I'm cautious.
I
like the idea. I like the idea. Yeah. But the fact of like this film came out and it's a lengthy ass Batman film. That's 15 rated as well. Yeah. That made money.
Made bank.
Made loads. And I'm like, and they're like, okay, we're going to do 2 more of the Batman films. We're going to do a trilogy, but we're also going to do some spin-off shows. I'm like,
yay.
Did you like Colin Farrell? We got a whole fucking show. I'm like,
8
yes,
episodes was announced the other day.
Oh, really?
8 episodes long. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. I love it. Fuck yeah.
Am I the only one who knows the difference between hell and love?
I love him so much.
His makeup, brilliant.
It's fantastic.
That should win the Oscar.
Has that been nominated for that? Oh, good.
Yeah,
okay.
Right.
Yeah, good. I'd have been very upset if it hadn't.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God, what are you showing me? Open your eye.
Open your eyes.
Come on. And then he did a waddle because he gazed the penguin.
A little penguin waddle. He did his legs were tied together. He did a little.
I love as well when it gets spoilers for the Batman.
Yeah. If you haven't seen it, what the fuck are you doing?
Joseph Caslin.
Really?
Yeah.
Scum. Absolute scum.
Most other people in Oakroyd.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
I think literally everyone but Angus, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If anyone else...
Yeah, if Tyler's not seen it...
I don't think Tyler's seen
what
it.
a fucking idiot. God, I fucking hate that guy.
Angus stuck it on like when it was late. It was like early hours of the morning, and Angus just stuck on the Batman. And then I see it. Maisie's shouting at Angus to change it, and he's like, "No,
no, we're watching this."
Kate's talking to me. I just stopped listening because the Batman's on. I'm like, oh yes,
whimsy.
Yeah. No, but great film. Again, I love the fact how like I'm once again enthusiastic about a franchise that I like.
Yeah.
And it's even more good the fact that yes, we are going to get the Brave and the Bold as well. So it's like, well, I can have this Batman. Keep him the fuck away from your Supermans and your Justice Leagues.
Yeah.
I don't need to see Robert Pattinson punching an alien.
No, that's fine.
I really don't need to see that. I just need. I'll be fine. You know what? If he can possibly punch a big crocodile.
Yeah, he can do. Yeah, sure.
Does that feel out of place? Actually,
yes.
Kill a croc in this world.
Yes.
Yeah,
which annoys me.
Mr.
I'll get onto it when I talk.
Mr. Freeze doesn't feel out of the realm.
No, they could do Mr. Freeze. If I was picking your villain for your second movie, it'd be Hugo Strange.
I mean, I agree.
I'd do a Hugo Strange.
We haven't had we haven't
he's never been in the movies. It makes sense to do Hugo Strange for me, which is fine.
No one really knew Bane until Dark Knight Rises. In terms of the grander scheme of things.
I get. Yeah,
I mean, he was in Batman and Robin, but was he?
Where is After Yang from? Sorry.
What do you mean?
The movie. What?
No, what do you mean? Where's it from?
As in, like the country of origin.
It's American.
It's an American movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
No, don't worry about it.
You know what?
I thought I was doing really well with my predictions.
Oh, right.
So 5 and...
Did you just put some Korean film?
No, 5 and 4 I put 5 some Japanese shit, and 4 I put the Batman.
Okay.
So I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing all right.
Not doing too bad. There's Asian influence in
I'll take it.
Yeah,
fair enough.
There you go.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my number 4 is the Batman.
Very nice. What would you like?
Love it.
Would you like to know my number 4? Should we just skip to 1? Just be fucking crazy and skip.
And then go back.
And we'll never know. My number 4 movie is a movie we've already talked about, so I won't linger on it too long. That's the same with 4 and 3, so we don't have to talk about this for too long. Banshees of Inisherin.
Oh, fuck. Of course that was going to be your top 5.
Yeah, of course it was, you dumb bitch. What do you think it was? Oh, you scum, mate. So, yeah.
Well, my number 4 is definitely your number 2 then. Or your number 1.
Okay.
What I had as your number 4 is it will be in your top 2.
Okay.
It just depends what the fuck which one it is.
Okay, yeah. Banshee of Inisherin. I loved it also. It's really funny and I like it.
Why did you like it, Robbie?
I liked it because I love those two generally. I think their chemistry is fucking fantastic. And what I love about it is, in interviews and stuff that you've seen since, they clearly love each other. Like those two, Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, are very clearly in love, and I'm so happy for them, and good on them. But I
love the little comments they made in the sense they would think, should we be do we not need to talk to each other?
Yeah,
and maybe
no,
we should try this, and they were like, no, I don't want to fucking do that.
They were like, fuck this.
I miss you, mate. I don't want to
exactly. And it's but that kind of chemistry really comes across on screen. I think the performances are fucking great. I love how simple it is.
Yes.
And but it's it starts off as something so simple, but uses it to talk about what legacy means and whatever.
Yeah.
And but how, which is all complemented so well by the fact that it just takes place on this fucking island in the middle of nowhere, and nobody's gonna remember anybody there anyway.
He's dull. You live in an island because everyone's dull.
Everyone's dull.
He's always been dull.
I went to see it with girlfriend of the podcast, J Doggy Dog, as well as her mum and auntie and 2 cousins.
All right, so it was a big.
It was a big deal. It was me surrounded by
all the collies.
2 women that grew up in Ireland.
Oh right. Okay, right.
2 cousins and Julia, who have all visited Ireland multiple times and have an Irish granddad and grandma. So this. They fucking loved it.
Oh, nice.
Obviously. And they were like, yeah, it was great. And Julia, oh man, if I wish, there's points in my life where I wish that I had Batman eye contact lens cameras. where I could
on her. So.
I could record reactions of things.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah.
Her reaction. I don't know if you know about Julia's obsession with donkeys.
Spoilers for Banshees of the Sharon. No. I remember you told me about it.
Even the point
with Jenny and the donkey.
Spoiler alert: the donkey dies.
Jesus.
But just the donkey showing up. The fact that they went into Colin Farrell's house and he had a donkey with a little bell around its neck. Her face would fucking glow. It just was like she came alive in that second. It was fucking brilliant.
You spent 2 hours talking about what you found in your little donkey shite.
Yeah.
I timed it 2 hours. Well, it wasn't me little donkey shite, it was me pony shite, so it shows how much you would listen.
It's so good. And she was like saying...
fucking hell! I was like, I'm not leaving the donkey outside when I'm sad.
Yeah. For those who aren't aware, Julia is obsessed with donkeys to a point where, as a birthday present, I think it was either last year or the year before,
Did she do a walk with a donkey?
No, her mum adopted her a donkey.
Oh, right.
Not like they own a donkey and just fucks about in their garden. I mean, as in like she had a donkey that she now has a card in her purse that says you adopted this donkey, and she gets like monthly updates on how the donkey's doing. He's called Billy O. I think he's fine. I don't know.
Oh,
yeah, but yeah, so she loves donkeys. She was fucking distraught.
Oh, obviously. I can imagine.
I love the turn that this movie takes when he's like, "I'm gonna start chopping my fingers off whenever you try and talk to me," and everyone's kind of like, "He's not gonna do that."
And then he lobs a thumb,
and then he just.
Sorry, it's his index.
Yeah, and then suddenly, just like there's just a random scene with Colin Farrell or whatever, and then there's a thump at the door.
And he just goes,
"He's like, what the fuck?" And it's just a finger. He's cut his finger off.
Siobhan's like, what the fuck?
And it's some people, I guess, could see that as the movie kind of jumping the shark and becoming a bit farcical. But like for me,
it fits into the folk.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
it fits into like it feels like a weird folklore story.
Yeah.
And him then kind of he's hindering himself because he wants to be this famous violinist, but he's cutting his fingers off or whatever. It's great, and then the donkey dies. Because it eats one of his fingers and chokes on it, which is really sad. And then he goes around and he fucking burns the house down. But I fucking love that he takes the dog out first. He makes sure that the dog
You're the one good thing about him.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm going to come round and I'm going to burn your house down. And he goes, okay. And he just fucking sits in it. Which I can't remember. He doesn't die.
No, he doesn't. No.
Because he does leave the house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, he's
on the beach,
he's charred up.
Yeah, he's on the beach, and
so he definitely like got so far. He was like,
and
shit,
like,
and just like,
I need to leave. And then they're on the beach and whatever, and it's just what a beautiful, quaint little movie.
No, it is. I
feel like I'll watch it again soon. I've only seen it the one time in cinemas.
It's a very easy just sticking on.
Yeah.
I did that the other week. I just put it on. I was like,
I keep seeing it on Disney Plus. It's on Disney Plus now. I keep seeing it and going, oh, what a fucking great movie. And I'm so tempted to put it on every time I scroll past it. But I go like, oh no, it's like an Oscar film. I don't want to be like, I don't want to. But then I'm like,
but I think
but then if you actually think about what the movie is, I'm like, I could put that on at any time of the day and feel fine.
Yeah.
Any day and be like, I was happy that I put this on.
Yeah, no, yeah, because you can laugh about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can be sad about it as well. There's a lot to it. Yeah.
My number 3 is Banshees of Inisherin. And before we move on to
your number 4, it was your number 4.
Oh yeah, it was number
4. I was good.
Before I move on to your number 3, I'm gonna go for a big old piss.
Okay. And I'm gonna cut this bit out.
And I'm gonna take your glass with me.
Oh no!
I thought you ruined everything.
Right, yeah, my number 3.
Yeah.
Third favorite film, 2022.
Yeah.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Thought this would come up at some point.
Did you think it was gonna be the 3?
Hang on. Maybe I did.
Oh. The suspense.
Bows. I think I got your 2 and 3 the wrong way round. Wrong way round?
Wound.
One way round. Yeah, I think I'll get you 2 and 3 the wrong way round.
All right.
We'll see when you say what your number 2 is.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yeah. Good, innit?
Fucking brilliant, man.
Isn't it good?
It's so good. Right. I'm not going to harp too much onto it. Because I'm feeling my own talking about it again. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
I'm not fucking saying
you're
this.
Not fucking idiot.
Come on.
But one thing I will say is I was a big Swiss Army Man fan. You not.
No.
but so I knew that Daniels through that way. And so I was just excited with whatever they were going to do next.
Yeah.
Like it was to me, it was like, oh, I'm there for anything. Anything that these guys do, I'm there for. So when it came to this, I was like, oh, cool, this looks interesting. Got A24 doing a multiverse film with the guys who did Swiss Army Man. Cool. Sure, that's neat. And then the film started coming out in America. And then everyone was like, it's the best film ever. I was like, what?
What's going on?
People are getting this much hype about it. Then we get it in May. On one day, an Oscar W. Fitcher and a Robbie Tweedale mosey their way down to Tyneside Cinema. To watch Everything Everywhere at Once. Yes. And cue me being like, what the fuck? Just like, so it did everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, did you?
And more, I think. I think it's the best way I could describe this is that, yes, it's a film that got all the hype. And yes, it's definitely a film that, because it got all the hype, everyone then started being like, there started becoming a certain collective who were like, it's not even that good.
Yeah.
It's so overrated. It's like, no, it really isn't.
It really is that good.
It really is that good. And I think it's one of these things where, like, I think someone said, like, enjoy the film while you can before film Twitter says it's overrated and you have to hate it because it is.
It's a real Spider-Man No Way Home effect.
It's a real, okay.
People know. People on Twitter now are like, that movie's actually shit. And it's like, no, it's not. No, it's really not.
But what I like about this, and that, I think it's in a similar way. I think we walked out of Tynes of that cinema from this. And I remember thinking to myself, I haven't felt this, like, energetic about what a film could be since when I first saw Inception. And that's the film that made me want to be a director, is Inception. And, like, this film didn't necessarily do anything to me in that regard, but this felt like a proper love letter to film.
Yeah.
And I don't mean that in the way The Fabelmans is Spielberg's little love letter to film or, like, all that stuff. I mean that in the sense of, like, it's definitely, like, the Daniels being like, how can we talk about every film we like?
Yeah.
Do this. We're going to get Michelle Yeoh, who's we think's amazing, that hasn't had quite the big success that she deserves. Yeah. We're going to get Ki-hee Kwan, resurrect this man's career, and give this man the world. Yeah. We're going to give Short Round fucking Indiana Jones his time to shine. We're going to get Jamie Lee Curtis in there as well. And then we're going to do a martial arts film that's also a multiverse film, that's also a sci-fi film, that is also kung fu and also has a really, really beautiful, poignant moment that is very reminiscent of Wong Kar-wai's films, which is my favorite scene of the whole fucking film. It's somewhere I would have loved to be in a universe where we just do laundry together. That's going to be his Oscar clip where he's going to. That's going to be the clip where it's going to be that or the bum bag scene. Where
it'd probably be the bum bag. It'd be good if it was the bum bag.
But that's like the Oscar moment of him like doing it all. I don't know. It's just so much of like. Again, we described it. I'm like, how the fuck does it get to a point where I'm just looking at still. I'm looking at a still shot of a rock with text over the screen and being like, why am I getting emotional over just nothing? And then Rakakuni.
Yeah, Rakakuni.
Which was fucking hilarious, first of all. And then it becomes like a thing of like really gut-wrenching emotional where like, spoilers. I've just realized, probably expect spoilers is all I'm saying for each of the films. Yeah. But it gets to where like, you know, the guy who had the chef who had Rakakuni, and he's just crying. He goes,
I've lost everything.
He's like, he's all that I had. I didn't know how to fry an egg until Rakakuni. And she's like, we're going to save your stupid raccoon. And then they start doing the thing. I'm like, I'm looking at something ridiculous. Yeah. And I'm nearly in tears for it. I'm like, fucking hell. They got me invested over a fucking Rakakuni. I'm like, Jesus. And I love the whole message of it in the sense like, yes, we've got some really kick-ass action scenes. We've got the way of the pinky.
Yes.
All this cool things. But then it just gets to the point where Wayman's just like, stop fucking fighting. Just stop it. All it's doing is causing more like shit. And it's like, let's just now have a moment where the whole point of the film is like love overpowers everything. and it's not sickly.
Yeah, it's not really cheesy and shit.
Because the film at this point is just...
yeah, it's like, what the fuck is even happening?
We've just watched a universe where, like, Jamie Lee Curtis and Michelle Yeoh are lovers with hot dog fingers.
Yeah.
And I'm getting emotional when they're playing piano, Claire de Lune with their feet. I'm like, oh no. And I don't know. It's just, we'll probably we'll talk about it more, but I still prefer Swiss Army Man.
Okay. Wrong, but yeah, okay. I'm joking. It's fine. It's your opinion. It doesn't matter.
But this is the better film of them that they did, and I'm glad that it's got the success that it has. Because I want nothing but the best for both for Daniels. Yeah. Like this, like these are the films. Like this is the film. Like the fact that this has got 11 nominations at the Oscars. Mental. This film, won the most unconventional fucking one to do. I think, like in all honesty, and. The fact that this is the film of the year in the sense like what people are walking away. I don't necessarily mean like the best, but this is the film that people are when they're going to think of 2022. It's going to be like like in 2015 people are like Mad Max Fury Road, or 2014 Whiplash. It's like it's going to be this film for 2022. It's going to be this one, and the fact that something so like unabashedly original while still borrowing from everything. Works this well, like, and the way I describe it, like with Swiss Army Man, that almost like redefined my view on life at the time. Everything Everywhere All at Once has almost redefined my view on what film can be. And that sounds wanky, pretentious, whatever. Sounds like I'm trying to give it more of a self-importance than what it actually is. But I think in the sense of like, wow, like we can do the silliest shit. And still be really grounded with it, with our message. Doesn't matter what the fuck you're doing in it, as long as you bring it back to its core point. Anything can be. This is what I mean. And since I don't think like where people might slag off the Marvel films for reasons where even though I'm not a big Marvel fan, the people sometimes slag it off as like, well, it's just stupid because blah 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 blah. I'm like, that's not why I don't like it, because you can do stupid shit.
As long as
you got a core point to it. And I think this is almost the blueprint of that. It's like, we just watch so much ridiculous shit that like, but like the core actual value element of it, like over like powers. I mean, the silliness doesn't detract from the film at all. It makes it even more entertaining and quite honestly, but it gives you the reason to be invested in it. And I think that's where like the film really like shines the most, is like using the silliness to like make you give a shit. Like get you interested, like what the fuck am I watching? And then you were there, and then by the end of it, you're there watching like a fractured family come back together. Like that's what the film is. The film's a little family drama. But like with also like with also like an everything bagel.
Great. Love it.
Fucking brilliant. So yeah, that's my number 3, Everything Everywhere All at Once. It probably is the best film of the year, I would say. In terms of like what I would say, like, and my next 2 films, they are much more, the reason why my 1 and 2 are what they are is because they are more, they're more important to me on a personal level. Whereas like this one, I can be like, well, I would say this is probably the best film of the year. And it should win Best Picture out of everything there. Haven't seen Women Talking yet, but come on. But yeah, that's my number 3, Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Fair enough. My number 3 is The Batman.
Here we go. I knew you told me this was your number. I found this out when you went. Your number 1 was your number 1 until recently, until like a few hours ago, and then you like switched it.
I think I'll preface by saying that I think any of my top 3 can kind of swap and change and whatever.
Fair. So you never had like a definitive. You never had a definitive. This is my favorite film of the year.
No, I think it's just like these could swap and change depending on what movie I'm in. It depends on the day. Today, Batman's 3. Tomorrow, Batman could be fucking number
10.
1. I don't know. It could be -6. I don't know. But yeah, so The Batman. I also think it was probably my most anticipated movie of the year.
Well, that's what we said.
The one. It was the one that I was looking forward to the most because Spider-Verse didn't come out. So
still looking forward to it.
I have some things to say about Batman.
Trust you to be like, now let me talk about my third favorite film of the year.
Yeah, let me complain about it. Yeah, let me go. Jesus. I have issues with this movie? Yes. But do I think it's an excellent start for a new Batman series? Yes. Also that. I think the things that I don't like in this movie would be I think Paul Dano's Riddler is not as amazing as I thought he was going to be.
Okay, right.
Simply, it's not because of
Paul. Not as amazing as you thought he was going to be.
Yeah, not because Paul Dano's...
He's not in it that much, realistically.
Exactly.
He's not...
I was expecting a new...
Hey, guys, welcome back to the channel.
Awful.
No, I love it.
Get rid of it. That scene sucks.
Thank you for the tips on the bombs.
Awful. It really kind of... It grounds the character in the worst way. What if he was a fucking idiot for a scene when the rest of the movie he's like, he's a good fucking competent foil for Batman or whatever.
Yeah,
it's like randomly a Twitch streamer, but that's fine. I think I was expecting like a Heath Ledger style, that level of a villain, or even a Tom Hardy Bane level of villain.
Yeah,
I would say he's not at that level.
No.
I liked him a lot, but he's not at that level. I love Pattinson's Batman. I hate his Bruce Wayne because he's not Bruce Wayne.
Well, also we didn't get enough of him as Bruce.
But what we do get, the scenes where he is Bruce Wayne, and even then I'm like, did we not get a lot of him? I don't know. I mean, I would say we probably get the same amount as him as Bruce Wayne as we do of Bruce as Batman in Batman Begins, but I still get a good sense of what Christian Bale's Batman's like.
No, there's a lot of Bruce Wayne in Batman Begins.
Yeah,
there's a lot.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, as in like, there's about as much Bale as Batman as there is as Pattinson as Bruce Wayne in this movie, and I still got a better sense of the. I still thought
understood,
that's a good version of Batman. I think that I hate this Bruce Wayne. At the moment, he could grow and he could change.
Well, I think it will end up being like a thing like we're gonna like because he's a man filled with just a lot of hatred right now.
Yeah.
So then, like, well, that's the whole point.
He's an angry,
like the arc at the end. It's like he goes from being vengeance to being about justice.
Yeah, and that's great.
Yeah. So I feel like he's going to be a lot more.
Yeah. Hopeful and
less like I'm fucked in the head, man.
Yeah, but that's what I don't like is the kind of. I love the stuff of the journaling.
Yeah.
That feels so Batman to me.
Yeah.
Because he's so fucking analytical and he knows everything and whatever. And I know that this isn't the version that's going to be in the Justice League, but like the whole story of Batman in the Justice League having files on every single member and how he would defeat them if they went bad.
Yeah.
That's the kind of shit that I love for Batman. And I think, that's...
Like he's got like a binder full of everything.
Yeah, I'm like, that makes sense. But he doesn't...
It's another one of my favourite shots where they're just like in Riddler's like apartment. And then just the one of the guys like, Chief, are you cool with this? And it's just Batman just turns with like...
Yeah, he's like... I love it. I love Jeffrey Wright.
He's wearing gloves. The best Jim Gordon.
Yeah, he's the best Jim Gordon. He's fantastic. I think...
Shut up, Reese.
Yeah, fuck off, Reese. Gary Oldman's fine, but he's not Jeffrey Wright. I think...
Shit.
What I think is great about this... this is exactly how I would this is how I would describe the Batman. Are you ready for this? Because I've thought about this a lot, and I think I'm right.
Okay. I think I'm right.
So, this is the Raimi Spider-Man movie equivalent for Batman.
Yeah.
Is it a perfect adaptation? No. There's things that I don't like in the Raimi Spider-Man movies. For example, Mary Jane sucks.
Yes.
For second example... Gwen Stacy's the second girlfriend for some reason.
Yeah.
Some of the villains are wrong. Like Norman Osborn's great. Willem Dafoe's amazing, but why is he wearing a motorcycle helmet?
No, yeah.
Things like this. The Batman is like, I don't really like Bruce that much. I don't like this interpretation of Bruce.
I've yet to be properly sold on this Alfred, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
like he feels a bit too...
He doesn't feel... upper class enough for me as an Alfred, which is I like my Alfreds to be a snooty butler. A snooty, sassy posh bitch.
I always said this. I think he's too old for it now, but I always said John Cleese would have been a fucking bang on. He would have been a perfect Alfred.
I think Alfred Alfred needs to be a bit bitchy. That's what I like my Alfred to be a bit bitchy, and he doesn't. Andy Serkis feels a bit more. He'll just call you a fuck instead of like doing a snide little gossipy comment.
Yeah,
he'll just call you a fuck, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. And like Riddler, I wanted more Saw Trap-esque things.
No, that's
But instead it's just kind of like
we got a pretty fucking cool one with the DA though.
Yeah.
Where
that was pretty good.
The bomb round.
The bomb. That's one of my favorite scenes in the movie.
Yeah.
I think. But then like a lot of the time it's just he beats someone over the head with something and then he's like, figure it out. He just kind of leaves a when it's fine, but
that's more of a serial killer based thing. Then,
exactly.
He's playing more as like just a fucked up serial killer than he is like a mastermind genius, which is
like I'd have preferred the other, but that's fine.
I feel like for like Batman's second year,
that
like there's nothing saying the Riddler can't become.
It's not. It's nothing saying he can't come back and be more extravagant and
which they kind of left.
They set up a little bit because it's kind of like.
Him and Joker are going to be buddies, and
I know that people don't like the Joker scene. I think it's great as being the birth of the supervillain, is what it feels.
Oh
like.
yeah.
It feels like it's setting up that.
Are we on about the Joker scene that wasn't deleted?
Yes,
the actual thing.
The Joker scene that was deleted
was also really fucking good.
Baffles me. I think it. I don't know why that was deleted. I know it's like.
No, I can get it because like, do we need more things like?
Stuff, but I also think it's such a good scene, and
you may as well just.
You might as well just.
You're wasting my time.
Yeah, it's great, and you
get the perfect like. Okay, we know the dynamic between these guys.
Like, they've met before. But
like he's Batman's first.
Yeah, which is great, and I think like the whole thing of, it feels like, Riddler meets Joker in prison, and then they go like, there's a new Batman stepped up. The game on what like a law fighter should a criminal fighting man should be, whereas we should step up what a criminal can be, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like to me. So yeah, there's nothing saying that Paul Dano can't come back and be wearing a bowler hat and whatever. But yeah,
I wouldn't hate it. I wouldn't if he comes back in the third one or whatever.
Yeah, cool.
Again, don't necessarily mean as the main villain, but
yeah. But so yeah, what I mean by it's like the Raimi equivalent is that it feels it's got such its own style.
Yes.
And like you were saying, it leans into that so heavily that you just have to buy it. So like the Raimi Spider-Man trilogy is like a world.
A cartoon for some reason.
It's a world that would never exist and doesn't make any sense. But you take it so seriously because the movie just commits to it 100%. J. Jonah Jameson in that movie, as proven in No Way Home, where he's not playing it the same. That version from the original movies would not fit in any other film because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
and it's like, why is he? What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Whereas, like in this, the stuff like it's quotable and it's so.
Yeah.
It's kind of weirdly like camp at some point.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
And like the whole. Let's go pencil neck and shit like that, where I can quote it and I'm like, oh, it's so good.
There's the random fucking guards in the club.
Yes.
Who just there's two twin bouncers.
The two twin bouncers where Batman beats the shit out of them and then Bruce goes back later on. They've all got like black eyes and fucking broken noses. It's like, that's great. But yeah, it's a great movie and I think it's a great start for a new Batman franchise. It got me very excited. I'm excited to see what they do with it. The idea of what they've got proposed at the moment, some of the spin-offs sound great. I think the idea of doing a Penguin show where it's like The Sopranos is what it sounds like, which is great.
I like the thought of like doing an Arkham Asylum show, and that's just where we have Scarecrow.
Yeah, perfect.
I don't need Scarecrow dicking about with Pattinson.
No. But if we have, he's Jonathan Crane probably at that point. Great. Hint off at doing Hugo Strange for the second movie in the Arkham Asylum.
Maybe have I don't know. We don't need a Harleen Quinn, so we don't need.
No, we don't need that yet.
No.
Joker can be in it and whatever.
Yeah, we could have Barry Keoghan in like the season finale or something.
Yeah, doing whatever he's doing. Things like that, and like there's rumors that he wants to do a Clayface series. I have no idea how Clayface would work in this.
Was there someone who said they really wanted to do a Clayface? Who was it? There was a director who was like, "Give me Clayface."
The Hill House guy.
That was it. It was Mike Flanagan. Yeah.
Really wants to do Clayface. And so there's plans apparently to do a Clayface HBO Max series. Great. I don't know how you do that in that world, but great. But if it gets more garish and like...
I feel like the film has started off with such a... Do you know what I mean? The film's got a style enough to where I'm like...
Yeah.
We can gradually elevate
If you gradually elevate to being more fantastical, I can totally see
work.
I can
work.
totally see a Clayface.
Yeah. Because I'm sure there's franchises that have done that. Where it's like, if you look at like the beginning compared to where it ended...
Yeah.
Even Nightmare on Elm Street kind of like gradually went a bit more like, what the fuck? Yeah.
I think I saw this on YouTube somewhere that someone said, well, set the next one at Christmas time and all the water that's still left over from the flood kind of freezes over and whatever, and it's all snowy and whatever, and then you get a Mr. Freeze.
Well, I've said they should do like, since like the Batman was all like red.
Yeah. Blue.
Then like, like white.
Yeah.
And then blue.
Yeah.
You do like this equivalent. You do the Superman. This is the superhero equivalent of the Three Colors trilogy, but it's just where it's like each again. The next one could be like white because Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
Just
I would be so into them doing. By the way, perfect opportunity. Hey, Matt Reeves, take this if you want. It wasn't from me. I saw it on Twitter also. But with it being flooded, Gotham's elite have to go somewhere to have their parties or whatever. Introduce the Zeppelins from the animated series.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
A rich and poor class divide, and the rich ride around in Zeppelins now because the city's flooded.
Thing is, I can see that happen.
Fucking
I can see.
Please.
That's what I mean.
Please. That'd be so good.
It'd be fucking cool.
Yeah, so I'm really excited.
Bruce will have a bit of a haircut probably at this point.
Yeah. Oh, please. I'm really excited to see where it goes. I hope that this movie's about him developing the Bruce Wayne persona. Please.
I think it will. Again, I think it will be. I think it will.
Stop him being such a mopey prick. Make him be a bit more handsome and a bit more. Well, not a bit more handsome. Rob Pattinson, gorgeous. What am I talking about?
Yeah, come on, Rob.
Like,
get Pattinson.
Yeah, come on, Pattinson. Fucking hell, sort your face out.
I hate how he could just have like how he could just not like. You can just like fuck around with his hair, and it's like it's just perfect wherever.
Yeah,
he
I'm like you, you piece of shit.
Bastard.
He can do anything with his hair, and he looks great. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think having be more the playboy, trying to flirty,
and I think it will because I think because this one it's year 2.
Yeah.
He's meant to be like 29, 30.
Yeah.
So it's like by this point he would be like in his early 30s or something.
Yeah.
It would be a bit more like maybe I should sort my shit out.
Yeah, starting doing more charity stuff and
and
like being.
And I think the ending of this one kind of did.
So it sets it up
in the sense like, you help people, and he's like, oh, maybe this is what Batman should be.
Maybe I can save people as Batman, but maybe I can help people as Bruce Wayne also and do charity stuff and use my money for good.
Yeah.
So yeah, good start.
Yes.
Interested to see where it goes. Do I have my issues? Yes. Is it my favorite Batman movie? Yes.
Fair.
I think.
I need to rewatch the Dark Knight trilogy, man. That's what
I think is Dark Knight is still the best Batman movie without a doubt because this movie didn't come out and people go, "This is one of the best movies of all time."
Yeah. Yes.
The Dark Knight is still the best Batman movie technically.
Yeah.
My favorite is this one.
If I want Batman, I'm sticking this on.
Exactly, because this is more Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Number 2, bitch.
My number 2.
Yeah.
For a while, this was my number 1.
Oh yeah.
Until my number 1 just ended up creeping up my list.
Oh yeah.
But my number 2 is it's a little film, and by a little film I mean it won last year. I think it won the jury prize at Sundance. It is a film that came on Apple TV Plus. You probably have. My number 2 is a film called Cha Cha Real Smooth.
Oh, I know this movie.
Yeah.
I want to see this movie. Fuck. Is this got Adam Brody in it? Who's the main guy in it?
Cooper Raiff.
Is that the guy from anything?
No. He
Give me a goddamn second.
He did a film called Shit House. He's the writer, director, and star of the film. Pisses me off. Do you know how old he is, Robbie? He's 25 years old.
What a fuck.
Yeah, right. I know, right?
What a piece of shit.
And this motherfucker.
Cooper Raiff. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What do I think?
I don't know.
What am I thinking?
Does he look like Adam Brody?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is the movie I'm thinking of. Why did I think it was Adam Brody? What the fuck am I talking
Dakota Johnson.
Yeah.
Hang on. Do you know, I need a like...
I know Dakota Johnson. I know that guy.
Just think you do.
That's Madam Web.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
Oh yeah. That's right. I need to read my my reviews I do on Letterboxd for this to start off. Fucking love this film. I've seen it 3 times now.
Yeah.
I only reviewed it twice. I didn't review it for the 3rd time because I haven't got anything new to say.
Yeah. It's still good. What do you want?
The first time I watched it was on my birthday, 21st of June, 2022, the day I turned 27. My review reads, as someone who is A, also leaving education into the real world, B, autistic, C, crushing really hard on Dakota Johnson, D, a big fan of living my 20s by dancing, E, really bad at saying goodbye and thus simultaneously living my 20s in a confused emotional state, it's safe to say that there's a lot in Cha Cha Real Smooth that I connected with, and stuff that I really need to see/hear at this exact moment. I turned 27 today. This film presents the statement of, have your 20s to figure out shit by yourself. And in such a reflective state, I'm questioning if I did in fact figure out my shit up to this point. Thought cycles like this is why I love film. Go watch Cha Cha Real Smooth. It's mint. P.S. Cooper Raiff is 25, and I can't even be mad at how stupidly talented this man is. Only envious. And then the second time I reviewed it was the day after we graduated.
Oh my god.
So,
Jesus Christ. This fucking guy.
So
why do you only watch this movie at poignant moments? What are you doing?
To which I put, I graduated from university yesterday. While dancing away in a nightclub celebrating with friends, I found myself mentally returning to Cha Cha Real Smooth, and so I decided to revisit the film. Now I sit here with tears in my eyes, having just full-on ugly cried over Cooper Raiff's sophomore film. The themes of being unsure about life, the concept of soulmates, and coming to accept saying goodbye to close ones really hit so much harder for me now that it did when I first watched it. Honestly, one of my favourite third acts ever. So, the film follows Cooper Raiff as a guy who's just graduated. Yeah. So he's 21. I think he's 22 actually in the film. And he's just kind of like, huh. Yeah. He's just, okay. His girlfriend at the time moved to Barcelona. So he's like, I guess I'll try to save up to move to Barcelona as well. He's working at a fast food restaurant, still living in his parents' house, well, his mum's house, who's his stepdad's house, his mum, and then his younger brother is also living with him and that. And he's kind of like, all right. Yeah, this is a bit kind of like meandering in my life currently. And then he ends up going to a bar mitzvah that his brother was invited to, that his mum couldn't go to, so he had to go instead as his guardian. Yeah. And the bar mitzvah is just fucking just shit. Yeah. It's so unlifelike in the sense of, have you ever been like parties or anything like that where it's like there's a dance floor but no one's on it and all the kids are too awkward to just go up and dance. Yeah. So then Cooper Raiff's just kind of like, this is a bit sad. So then he goes up like one of his like brother's mates, goes, what would it take for you to get on the dance floor? And then the kid just says like a song that I don't fucking know. And he goes like, what if I get the DJ to play that? Would you do it? He goes like, yeah, you're on. So then he ends up just getting the party started. Cool. Meanwhile, Dakota Johnson is a mum to this autistic girl. I forgot her name. But they're there. So then that's how like Cooper Raiff gets them on board with it all. I won't say everything about the film, but that's how they end up meeting. Cooper Raiff ends up getting dragged into being a party starter, which I don't know if, again, I don't know the Jewish community in this regard, so I don't know if this is a thing in bar mitzvahs where people get hired to just start the fucking party. Just like, come on, kids, fucking dance. And play the cha-cha slide, which is where the fucking the name of the film comes from. And so like Cooper Raiff is he's basically going to all these fucking bar mitzvahs being a party starter. Dakota Johnson is also attending these because of the daughter of that. It's a very, I feel like I'm going to overcomplicate if I talk too much about like her point in the film. But there's a point, but Cooper Raiff's character in this then starts going through like this thing of like, first of all, he ends up breaking up with his girlfriend through not even technically getting broken up with. He looks on Instagram at one point and she sees he's just with he sees that she's just, he's like, oh well, I guess I'm not going to Barcelona then, fuck's sake. So there's that. And then he ends up starting to fall for Dakota Johnson, who even though is a young mother, older than him. So it's like it's very the film is very, you know what, the vibe that this film gives off, it is there's a reason why this didn't catch on. Is what I say. A lot of people saying it's really sappy, really blur. What I say, the perfect vibe this gives off, it's like, you know those like 2000s indie romantic comedies? Stuff like Juno, Little Miss Sunshine. It feels like that. It feels like if it came out in the 2000s, all the hipster kids would be fucking adoring this film, which is why I really like this film, in all honesty, because I love Little Miss Sunshine. I like those types of films. Yeah. So that's what, like, this film resonated with me in that regard. And as I said, there's like, again, when you're watching a film and you're leaving uni and then you're watching a film about a guy who's just left college and not knowing what the fuck he's doing and also being really confused romantically, there's a
lot going on there.
I'm like, why am I seeing everything right now happening right now? And then and again, there's, it gets me teary-eyed every fucking time in the third act where, I'm not going to spoil it, because I think if you haven't watched it, fucking please do watch it. Apple TV Plus are weird in the sense like they don't release loads, but then they have fucking amazing shit on there as well.
Content they release seems to be fucking great. Like TV content is fucking.
I still need to watch Severance. But I love Mr. Corman. Mr. Corman was my favorite fucking thing from last year. This film's fucking great.
I want to watch Shrinking. Is the new one
that looks okay.
Yeah, apparently it's really good.
But I feel like it's so like small and poignant that I'm like, but do you know what the thing is? Well, Cooper Rave's character could come across fucking annoying, insufferable. He could come across. He could have come across mopey. He could have come across self-entitled. Yeah. But what he comes across just really like charming and endearing and just kind of like blissfully naive at times. Yeah. Like, there's many amazing moments between him and Dakota Johnson, which I feel like Dakota Johnson gives one of the better performances this year. Subtle, very subtle, and subtly tragic is the best way I can describe her whole thing in this. And, but there's just one perfect moment between the two of them where it's like, oh shit, yeah, that's what his character needed to know. Yeah. And he finds out when we find out, like, and then we're like, oh shit, and he goes, I'm a fucking idiot. I'm gonna go now. And it's just, he goes, shit, you didn't mean that. You meant this. Yeah. I'm an idiot. I'm going. Bye. Yeah. And it's like, oh fuck, yeah. And it goes from me going like, oh fuck, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. There's a lot in this where it's like, again, it could have come across very like, especially it's the guy who's written, directed it, and he's starring in it. It could have come across very like, oh, I get it. Up himself, but it's like, it's more so really charming. Okay. And one thing I will say, one of the last things I will, first of all, the ending. I'll say this: the ending is fucking like exactly what it needed to be. A lot of people complain like the very last bit just felt tacked on. Like, we didn't need that. I could have just ended at this point. I'm like, at first I agreed, but then thinking back at it, what we did see at the end, and I'm like, no, that is exactly what it needed to be that. Yeah. I think. But one thing I will say from an autistic point of view is I feel like this is one of the better depictions of someone with autism. Yeah. The daughter in this has, she is lower functioning than I am. So it's like the character in this, I think the actress is actually autistic as well. So she's the type of person with autism who needs earphones because of oversensory stuff. And her thing is like, she has like this big Rubik's Cube fucking thing. And that's just her thing. Yeah. She has a collection of fucking potato mashers because she just collects potato mashers. Like, that's neat. There's just one point when Cooper Rave's babysitting her and she goes, do you want to see my hamster? He goes, fuck yeah. And then there's Jerry, and he goes, oh wow, okay. Yeah. And there's like one point when he tries to be sarcastic to her in a sense, and he goes like, I can't remember what she says, but he goes, wow, brutal. And she goes, I did not mean to be brutal to you. And he goes, I'm just teasing. Yeah, he goes, oh, okay. And then it's like, but then there's one, like, it's like the second or third time we see him babysitting her. Yeah. Like, they're playing like board games and shit. And then he goes like, so what do you want to do next? I mean, we don't have to do all this. We could just sit and chill or whatever. And she goes, because she's just a bit like, and then he goes like, is this a bit exhausting for you? Yeah. She goes, if I'm being honest, I do get quite I don't mean to be brutal, but but I do get quite. I do feel like I need time to myself, and then sometimes, and then he goes. What was the fucking line? It's a really, really nice piece of dialogue between the two of them. She says, sometimes I like being, sometimes I like my own company. And he went, jealous. I wish I did at some point. And she goes, well, maybe you should try sometime. No, have you tried enjoying it?
Yeah.
That's it. Have you not letting me, have you tried enjoying it? And then we just cut like, it's not a long shot, but then there's just a shot of her in her bedroom. Just kind of like led in the bed, and like it's just silent. You just hear the room tone as well.
Yeah.
She stims a bit.
Yeah.
And then that's just the shot. I'm like, oh, what a fucking
good,
what a perfect fucking like just time, like just little like snapshot of autism in my head, in the sense like just sometimes you just need to lay down a bit.
Yeah.
Stim a bit, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And then it's a brilliant film. I think, especially if you're fucking, I feel like it's, one of those films where it's like, films you need to see in your 20s.
Yeah.
This is definitely a film that you need to see in your 20s. Quite a glaring look for me in that regard, in the sense like, oh, I'm halfway through mine.
Oh, God.
Like, shit. No, brilliant. And again, I accidentally watched it, and all the more like, watched it on my birthday, watched it the day after I graduated. I'm like, huh. And then I watched it like, did I watch it like, last time I watched it would have been a few weeks ago. It would have been like one of the first films I watched in the new year. Yeah. So again, great film. Yeah. Again, I think it's not massively long either. Another really great film you could watch that isn't going to take up all your fucking day. Jar Jar Roast was my number one until my number one just happened. Okay, so there you go. Your number two, Robbie.
Might have to consult my phone. I assume that was the wild card for the guessing of what was good. Yeah. You fuck. Everything Everywhere All at Once is my.
Here we go. Oh shit! I guess that's your number one.
Oh really?
Interesting. Your number two. No, now I think I know your number two, and that'll be not your number two. Number one.
You?
Number one. I know your number one.
Really?
I think I do. I think I do. Well, I know.
Minions: The Rise of Gru. I'm bringing it back.
Yeah.
the fucking callback of the same.
Shit! Fuck!
Call it back to my joke number 10.
Everything Everywhere.
Yeah. What a good movie.
Yeah, man.
My God. It's. I don't really have anything new to say about it.
What did you like?
All of it. I like all of it. I think it's one of the best scripts in years.
Yeah, I feel the script's getting underappreciated because it is very much so a director film. Yeah, and it is very much so an editing film.
Yes, yeah, the edit's fucking crazy on this movie.
That one fucking montage. Yeah. I'll say this bit and then you can finish your point. I was gonna say like that because we watched this very soon after watching Doctor Strange 2. And I remember you saying the fucking goal of Marvel to call a film the Multiverse of Madness when this film's also out.
It's insane.
And there's that one moment where it's like, oh, in Doctor Strange, the only Multiverse of Madness bit is where he's going through all of like multiple universes in one thing. Yeah. I'm like, this film, Everything Everywhere, does that one moment as just a transition. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's like imagine if we could do a movie with all these like crazy unrelated things and you give a shit about all of it.
Everything.
And I don't understand how they did that.
Yeah.
It's such an intricate script of being like, you care about every single version of them. And I don't understand it, and everything.
Alpha Waymond.
Yeah.
Waymond, who's just Tony Lung.
Yeah.
As well.
And everything.
Normal Waymond.
Everything links in and is thematically resonant, and I just, it's awesome. Like, the script's insane. The edit's amazing. Like, just generally, the way it's cut together is fucking incredible. I think the performances are great.
Obviously, Ki Kwan, but I also think Michelle Yeoh, I feel like getting a little bit overshadowed, and which is fair because
but it's just because Ki Kwan's a big personality.
Yeah, he's a big personality, and his stories.
Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
But I also think when you look at Michelle Yeoh in the sense of like, this is the first like time she's been looked at in a prestige role. Yeah. Someone who's been working her ass off since like the 80s.
Yes, yeah.
Like doing like co-starring with Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
And then getting a big break in an American way in Tomorrow Never Dies,
Mm-hmm.
doing Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon,
Yep.
and then just being
Finally.
being quite a very prominent part in the Asian community for acting.
Yeah.
And then now finally getting a big lead role.
Yeah. Finally.
Like, yeah. I mean, I want her to win lead actress. Don't think she will. I mean, it's between her and Kate Blanchett.
Yeah.
Be really.
She will, but
I think Kate Blanchett's got more of a. Stay tuned for our Oscars video.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's incredible, and it's just, there's literally nothing more I can say about it.
What's your favorite part of the film?
Good question.
Mm.
I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I like all of it. I like the bit with the rock is great. The bit with the rocks are really good. I just like the ending generally.
Yeah.
But yeah, probably the bit with
Shout out Stephanie Sue, who brilliant in it.
Yeah.
Glad that she got an Oscar nomination because that's gonna get her.
It's gonna jumpstart.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Heavily deserved.
I think the just the ending in general. I think the bit with like you said, the bit where they're talking and it's the one where she's a celebrity actress or whatever is fucking heartbreaking, but also beautiful.
Yes.
And poetic, and yeah.
In a film
awesome.
where there's hot dog fingers.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, there's a couple of points where I think it goes too far.
Like what?
With the raunchy humour.
Okay.
The butt plug fight is unnecessary.
No, I like it.
It's too for me that bit's too much.
I mean, I really dig it because it's very Daniels and their humour.
Yeah.
And I like their humour like that.
Mm.
But also, if I'm being honest, I'm thinking to myself, like, that's probably going to be the thing that's going to make me question if I should show my mum it.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I just think, like, for me, that...
Like my mum, my mum liked Banshees of Inisherin.
Mm.
She liked that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, would she fuck with this? Like, would this, like, because there's elements where I think my mum would be like, oh, that was really good.
Yeah.
But then it becomes like, oh, I need to put a butt plug in my ass. So, oh, okay.
I think, I think that part in particular is one that I think is just like, it's just a bit much. And it's fine. It kind of gives me the same feeling as like watching an episode of South Park.
Oh, right, okay.
Where I'm like, I get people will probably find this funny, but I just don't. It's not for me.
Okay, fair.
It's just kind of like what Julia said about it, because she didn't like this movie very much, which is fine. People can have their opinion. She's wrong, but she can have her opinion. But she was like saying that she thinks that it felt like a YouTube video from the early 2000s. She's like, it felt like the lol so random.
Oh, 20 cents, right? Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I get what you mean. But
I think Daniels did a thing where they read through. They did read and let. Yeah,
cool.
It's still not gimmick. Don't worry about.
Unbelievable.
But they were like, it's so funny because I love their reaction to it. They almost want to see the bad reviews for their shit, and it's almost like there was a negative review on Letterboxd. That did say that. It's like just a YouTube video from like 2012, and they were like, I mean, yeah, pretty much. They basically were like, I mean, yeah, we found that shit funny, so obviously we were gonna,
which is fine.
We were gonna put that shit in there because that's our humor. Yeah. So like,
but like, I don't know, being able to depict all these different versions of characters and make me care about all of them is crazy. And like I said when we first saw it, the gall of Marvel to release a film with the multiverse of madness in the title at the same time as this is fucking, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't help it, but also fucking come on.
Couldn't help it, but like, really? That's your big multiverse movie? That's it?
Meanwhile, I'm gonna cry over some rocks with googly eyes.
And I'm like, come on, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, everything about it is great, and it's a great movie, and you should watch it.
Yes.
I have nothing more to say.
Yeah, no, yeah, definitely.
I think we kind of covered it all.
Yeah, no, it is quite frankly, it is just like,
it's great.
Yeah.
What more do you want from me?
It's the highest grossing A24 film, I think, now, isn't it?
Probably.
Yeah.
So it's the only one that I can recall having a big kind of splash.
I think it was the highest budget A24 film, and I think it came. Yeah, because I think Hereditary was the highest grossing, and then this took over, which makes sense. Yeah. Weird that I can look at this film and go, oh yeah, this makes sense that it got loads of people that will go and see it. It's fucking class. Yeah, no, I agree heavily.
Yeah.
Right, before we get on number ones, Robbie.
Oh God, what
we
are
got,
we doing?
we got some honourable mentions.
Is it? It's the section of the show titled Oscar's honourable mentions, and
then Robbie
Robbie
bitches for
complains
some
about
reason.
a movie for a bit. Robbie complains about a movie that baffled him. Usually,
Right.
okay.
I got 5 films I want to give honourable mentions to, and then I got some not films that I really liked from 2022.
Yeah.
I also want to shout out. First one I want to give a shout out to is Men.
Oh yeah,
Alex Garland's Men.
Yeah, Roy Kinnear's a little boy.
Yeah,
he's a tiny little boy.
This is a film that, like, to me,
Mm.
I haven't seen it since the cinema. I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
I want to
I
give it a
haven't seen it, but I think it's probably quite good.
I haven't seen it since the cinema, so I need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah.
But I remember getting, like, it's a film that I think does really well at, like, going through the motions of, in a similar way to how Ari Aster goes through grief in his films, like how he shows grief in his films. Like, that's the vibe I got, which just makes me almost question, like, I think you would hate this film, if I'm being perfectly honest.
I probably would.
It gave me the same vibe as something like A Midsummer or Hereditary, in the sense of, like, this, like, really, like, guttural, like, fucking hell, like, that's, like, rough, like, type of, like, like, visceral, like, reaction to it. And I think Jessie Buckley is probably one of the best I've seen her in all honesty. Underrated performance because it's in this film.
Yeah.
And and this is a very complicated film in terms of audience reaction and critics' reaction. It's weird in terms of how people are handling it. But it was weird because the vibe I got from it was, like, it felt very Silent Hill in its plot.
Right.
In the sense of, like, going to a place, like a rural place, that's almost this, like, town that's separate from everywhere else in reality.
Okay.
And it's almost your own personal living hell.
Right.
So that's the Silent Hill vibe I get from it, which is why I kind of liked it more. Because I almost like the horror where it's like, we're looking at something fucked up, but all it is, it's really just, like, very personal horror.
Yeah.
And that's what Men is. So I enjoyed the fuck out of it. I'll rewatch it again.
Yeah.
And
can I ask you something that's a spoiler so we can bleep this?
Spoiler for Men.
Yeah. What do you think about
the ending?
The bit where he just gives birth to himself. Like,
I
6 times.
liked it. I liked it.
What?
I
haven't seen it, but I just know of that scene.
No, I liked it because it's like, you know what I mean? I like fucking, like, the weird, grotesque, like, like I like Titan Man. You know what I mean? It's like,
does he, like, where's it come out of? Out of his little dick hole?
Well, no, it happens multiple times. He comes out of his mouth a few times,
Okay.
and then there's
one.
at one point,
Okay.
yeah.
No, fair enough.
I'm not sure if his dick hole was an element, but maybe his belly button. I think
Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen
a
it.
tiny little version that comes out of his nostril.
Maybe.
Looks like he's got a bogey. Oh no, it's another little Rory Kinnear.
But yeah, Men. He's good. Rory Kinnear's good in it as every other bloke.
Yeah, there's every bloke in the movie. How does the little boy come across?
Fine.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing in the world.
No,
Okay,
I mean, At this point, you're in. By that point,
you're in so deep that it doesn't even.
Yeah. I'm into the tone of my favorite thing about the film was actually my cinema experience with it, which is why I love going to see A24 films. Whenever an A24 horror film is in view.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm so fucking. Again, I love going to see them in, like, Tyneside because that's the audience for it. But then when randomly Midsummer. Or is on in view, or in this instance, Men is on in view, I'm going on a Friday night. And then by myself, which is also a really great way to see an A24 film, which is bias. I'm this guy, one for Men, please.
Jesus Christ.
And then I'm going in there and I'm like, okay, let's go. And then, like, there's, like, people in there who are just, there's people from Hartlepool like, it's Friday night. Let's just go and see a horror film. What's a horror film on? Yeah, that one.
Oh, God, they have no idea.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm, like, sat, like, behind, not right behind, but, like, there's a few people in front of me. It looked like a family night out in the sense, like, it was a dad, the mum, a son and a daughter.
Oh, God.
And
what a bad decision.
Evidently not like a little family night out.
Yeah.
Not like, little Johnny and little. They seem like, at least 18 above. You know what I mean? So, like, then walking out of the film, and God bless the door. She's trying to fight the good fight for the film. And it's like, the dad and the brother was just like fucking like, what the fuck was
that?
That was fucking shit.
Yeah.
And I heard the dad go, I want my fucking money back. That was abysmal.
Jesus.
They didn't stop.
Yeah.
I would have like just watched
That's
it.
hilarious.
And then like the doors show, I'm like, no, it's like they try and like be
Yeah.
like, this is why I thought, this is why it's good. And then the brother was like, you're fucking deranged or some shit. And it's like, oh Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
It's like when I want to say Midsummer. I'm not sure if I explained it on the episode of the Intermission, but it's just like I want to see Midsummer on like the first Friday.
Yeah.
And I'm by myself, and the cinema's more so packed with either, oh, mate's going to see a horror film, or couple's going to see a horror film, and then they get to like the fucking sex scene, then everyone's just laughing because they don't know what the fuck to do. What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think that it's a similar thing with men. So that's like one honorable mention there. Other honorable mention I want to throw out there is Triangle of Sadness.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good.
I enjoy it quite a bit.
Seen it.
Talked about, I think, a little bit on one of the episodes. It sounds like The Menu in the sense like rich people bad.
Yeah,
it's kind of like that. A lot of good humor to it, a lot of funny shit in it that I didn't expect.
Lots of human shit.
Well, more so human vomit.
Okay.
I think there's shit as well. Yeah.
Shit.
Oh no, there is a toilet scene where the fucking toilet just and then just diarrhea everywhere. I'm like,
Jesus
no.
Yeah, fair enough.
Sick, nice one. Yeah, thoroughly enjoyable. Interesting that this is the Palme d'Or winner.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was Palme d'Or, and then the year before that was Titan.
Yeah.
COVID clearly fucked count ups, clearly. Because it was like Parasite. The Palme d'Or winner was Parasite. Which even Parasite had a bit of like...
Yeah, something to it.
Yeah, and then like COVID wiped, basically went nuked it, and it was like, right, we're bringing Khan back, baby. The Palme d'Or goes to Titan. You know, the film where the woman fucks a car. Yeah. This year... We've got Triangle of Sadness. Yeah, shit and vomit.
Everywhere.
And rich people.
Yeah.
Nah, it's good film. It's a film that I think about and go, shit, I should watch that again.
Yeah.
So, yeah, enjoyable time.
Woody Harrelson, good?
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I really liked it. I think everyone was really good. The guy who did... Well, this is the first time I saw him in a film, but he was in The King's Man.
Oh, okay.
He's really good in it. Excited to see where he goes, actually. I'm sure he was in another film recently, that I liked as well.
Okay.
I was like, oh shit, it's him as well. Hang on, let me look.
The King's Man.
No, that wasn't the film. That Harris Dickinson. Oh, See How They Run. I liked him in See How They Run.
Oh, I thought that movie was okay.
He was Richard Attenborough in that film.
Oh, and sure was.
Yeah, and I liked him in there. Yeah, that's a fun film. I enjoyed that one enough. But yeah, Triangle of Sadness. That's one of the honorable mention. The other honorable mention, my third. Hang on.
Yeah, you third.
Oh yeah, my third honorable mention is my favorite horror film of the year. X.
Yeah.
Another A24 horror.
Yeah.
I feel like I could go more in depth with this film, but I'd rather not because I'd rather think about the film a little bit more.
Yeah.
Again, we don't get Pearl until March.
Yeah.
In the sense of like its relation to A24's addition to horror. In the sense like A24 just released it's Ty West film, but it's done by A24, released by A24. Did a slasher film that also felt like an A24 post-horror film.
Okay.
So it's really cool. It's a really cool like play on the final girl trope in the sense of like Mia Goth as Maxine is not the little innocent final girl. She's not the virgin survivor. She's an outright sexual woman who is like, fuck you. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, you creepy old people.
Yeah.
Go fuck off.
Yeah.
You weird old farts. And then, but yeah, I really like the, it does a lot of really cool shit in it. Some brilliant kills. Have you seen anything from?
No, I haven't seen any of this.
I'm going to show you a clip
oh dear Christ.
Of one of like my favorite kill of the whole fucking thing. It includes Don't Fear the Reaper in it.
Okay.
And here it is. I'm going to turn it up so you can see. And yes, you do that.
What's a stabbing?
And then the blood goes on the headlight. Nice. And then we get nice, beautiful Evil Dead red light.
Now we get Evil Dead 2, there we go.
A nice practical man.
Yeah. Oh, I love this. Yeah, that's great.
And that's the vibe of the film. Yeah, that's X. I like that. Yeah, so again,
Maybe I'll watch that.
It's not traditionally it's not a traditional slashery thing, but it takes place in 1979. It feels very 70s. They do a really the opening's really cool in the sense of like it looks like it's 4x3. But then the camera moves out, and the sides that we thought would have been 4x3 was just like a shed. So we're looking through a shed door. Cool. So the film's like, no, it's wide.
So yeah,
so really cool. Shit like that's really cool. Mia Goth is a fucking revelation lately, and she's becoming basically the modern day horror scream queen.
Yes.
Because again, haven't seen Pearl. Looking forward to it. Yeah. She's in a film called Infinity Pool. Yes, which I'm really fucking looking forward to. Don't know when we get that.
No, I don't, but it's meant to be good, isn't it?
I've heard it's fucked up. I don't know anything about it, but Mia Goth's in it. I think Alexander Skarsgård's in it as well.
The lead,
It's Brandon Cronenberg. Yes, the son of David Cronenberg, and yes, he did the film Possessor, which I heard was also really good. Yeah. So looking forward to that. And X is again stuck it on the other day, and I was like, this is a good ass horror. It's it feels like it's not like. It's not wanky horror, but there's a few elements of that in the film, but not enough to be like, fuck's sake. This was also the first film I saw. Jenna
Ortega.
Yeah,
people like her at the moment.
She's big, isn't she? Yeah, she's Wednesday.
She's
in Scream as well.
She's gonna be in. Yeah, she was in the latest Scream,
and she's gonna be in
Scream 6.
Yeah, so good on her.
Good on her.
And she's good in this as well. She's good. She's good in X. Kid Cudi's in it.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, but he's good in it.
Yeah, good on him.
There's no bad person in X. It's a really good time.
Except the murderers, I
guess. Yeah. But that's it's one of the horror films where I can be like, I'll stick that on during summer.
Okay. Yeah.
My fourth honorable mention is Glass Onion, a Knives Out story, Knives Out mystery.
This is not on the top.
I won't get too much into it. Yeah. I liked it a lot. Thoroughly enjoyed this film. The only reason why I like the first one more, which I think in one point I feel like that's a silly thing to say. Well, the first one was better. It's like, yeah, but they're still really good. Yeah. I think my only thing is like this one, the story goes a bit too much in points where I'm like, I like the more subdued thing, like murder mystery elements of Knives Out, as opposed to like, we're going to go to an island and all that shit. I'm like, oh, it's fun. Yeah. And I enjoy it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I just prefer the mystery in Knives Out more. Yeah. Film is 2020 went by really quick, I felt. Yeah. I feel like everyone in the film is fucking brilliant. Like there's not a bad like actor. There's not someone where I'm like, you really let the film down. Yeah. It's like I love seeing Daniel Craig as Benoit Blanc, make him keep doing it. So good. Ryan Johnson is, I think, one of the best writers in doing film right now. Like, it's like, I don't know.
Apparently one of the best writers doing TV, according to reviews of fucking Poker Face.
Oh, is it apparently good?
It's apparently amazing.
Oh, I'm so glad. I can't wait to watch whenever we get that.
Yeah, whenever that fucking happens.
But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, I'll watch anything Ryan Johnson does. Fucking anything. Yeah. And this is an example of that. And I'm glad that we've got almost a franchise that's just a bit of fun mystery. You know what I mean? I don't, I can't wait for more.
Yeah.
Benoit Blanc films. Batista was great.
Yeah.
I love me little Ethan Hawke cameo.
Yeah. Bizarre, but yeah.
I love me little Jiggle cameo.
Yeah, the
jigs.
Get the jigs in there.
Can't wait for Poker Face to actually see him in a Ryan Johnson.
Yes, fucking hell.
Like live action, probably. Yeah, no, really good. Fun time. Would have preferred if it came out in the summer because of the thing. Weird, but I don't know. It's on Netflix. We could just watch it this summer then.
Yeah.
But yeah, good time. And my final film honorable mention is Top Gun Maverick.
Oh, okay.
I've never thought more about a film I didn't think I would give a shit about more than Top Gun Maverick. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I didn't give a fuck about it.
Yeah, I don't care about Top Gun Maverick, and then you see it and you go, I can't stop thinking about
this movie. Again, the best way I can describe it, you know, like how I said about RRR, like the Natu scene, I just kept watching that on repeat because I was like, this fucks.
Yeah.
I kept watching the beach scene on repeat so many times. Like, I need it.
Pretty good song.
Song's good ass time. As soon as I just see a man silhouetted in the beach just spinning a football, I'm like, yes.
What about Miles Teller doing a little jig?
Ah, brilliant. The Waterman himself. And then Tom Cruise has got the biggest grin on his face. He's like, he's in his head, he's like, he sits on his beach chair. He's like, I've just saved cinema.
Yeah. And good on him.
I've just saved the movies.
Yeah.
this is cinema.
What a beautiful man.
And then it's like, yep, it was exactly what it needed to be. Brilliant. Tom Cruise was the best he's been in a while, I think. He's just got such a charm to him that's like, this is why, you know what? This is a movie star.
Yeah.
We don't have much of them anymore.
Yeah, he is just a fucking star.
Yeah, he's just, he's like, he's not necessarily doing anything more than he usually does. He's, if anything, he's kind of just doing the same thing.
Same shit he's been doing for years.
I'm never asking for anything different, if I'm being honest.
No, it never runs out for me.
He's, you know, his Maverick is the same as his Ethan Hunt, is the same in fucking like Edge of Tomorrow. But I like all of them, so like I'm fine with them. Just doing all of that shit. Yeah, I like it's weirdly sentimental.
Yes.
And I'm like, oh, how did I get emotional at Val Kilmer's point?
Oh God, yeah. I can imagine.
It's fun. It's good ass time. It's kind of like the perfect blockbuster in the sense of, and you know, yes, Everything Everywhere All at Once is the better action blockbuster film. Yeah. But but you know what? I went to the cinema twice to see Top Gun Maverick. I would have seen it another time as well. More so because I would have just rather been like, come on everyone, let's see Top Gun Maverick. Just having a big grin on my face throughout the entire thing, and I didn't give a fuck about the first Top Gun. So there it is. And the fact that like a sequel could come out like 36 years later,
and still be good,
and make me give a shit. I'm like, oh fuck, I like this. Good stuff. So yeah, Top Gun Maverick. That's my last film honorable mention. I want to give 3 other honorable mentions. Other things I liked. 2022. First one is a stand-up special. This is the first stand-up special I've given 5 stars in a very long time, actually. And it's Gerard Carmichael's special, Nathaniel. Not going to talk too much about it because I feel like, weirdly enough, I don't want to spoil it. There's a genuine thing that happens in this special where I'm like, oh shit, all right, fuck, and then like the rest of the special then becomes, because his performance takes place within like a comedy club, so he's not in a theater or an arena. He's just kind of like he just walks in from the front door up onto the stage and then does the special. And then he leaves the special by just putting down the microphone and then walking back out the front door. So it's almost like an open mic night type feeling. So then, and he sat down. He's not stood up. So it feels a bit more like he's just having a chat with everyone. Like it goes from him doing jokes, and then like it gets to a certain point in the special, and then the rest, the last half almost becomes therapy. Where he's just talking about it, and then some people in the audience go like, "Did you ever think about?" And then just like, and then he just starts. Then a dialogue just starts happening, and I'm like, "Oh shit, this is quite intimate." And like, oh, it was the first time I was like, "Oh shit, this is something new that a stand-up special I haven't seen." Like, oh, stand-up can also be this. It's really cool. I think Bo Burnham directed it as well. So like, it's so think about that. It's a Bo Burnham directed stand-up special. And I find Gerard Carmichael fucking quite like really like I've discovered him this year, like last year, and I'm like he's a comedian I like quite a bit. I didn't see what was the one he did with Richard Madden.
Richard Madden?
Is it Richard? Not Richard Madden. Christopher Abbott.
Oh,
No, what's it called? The fucking on the count of 3. On the count of 3.
They're gonna shoot each other.
I haven't seen it.
I heard it was really good, but I've seen the start of it. I never finished it.
Yeah, I want to give it a go. I want to give it a go because I like Gerard Carmichael, so I want to give that a go. I'll get the thing out the way. No, I'll say this bit. TV. Euphoria season 2 didn't give me a 5-star thing. Sorry.
Sorry about it.
There was one episode that was fucking amazing though, and I will say that brilliant, absolutely incredible episode. But the bit of TV that really did get me excited.
Really did tickle your pickle.
And really did tickle my pickle. And it is another HBO show. The Rehearsal, Nathan Fielder's show.
This is good.
Talked about it on an episode at some point as well. I on about like Nathaniel, like Gerard Carmichael's stand-up special. I'm like, oh shit, a stand-up special can be this. This is the very first time in a while where I'm like, oh shit, I don't think I've ever seen any form of entertainment like this that The Rehearsal is. I got, weirdly enough, it was almost like I got the feeling of like when I first time watching the rehearsal all in full was the feeling that I got when I first watched Inception. In the sense, like being a 15-year-old and watching the story of Inception and be like, what the fucking hell? Films can be this.
Yeah.
Like the rehearsal is like, oh shit, so you can be kind of documentary, but also tell a compelling character narrative, and the whole concept of like doing a rehearsal for a real life situation.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? You're controlling your own like. Again, don't even know how I can properly explain or do it justice, but it's my favorite bit of TV that I've seen in a long time, and I've heard it's getting a second season, which is interesting.
Okay.
Because I mean, you could keep doing it, but the rehearsal almost weirdly ended like we closed an arc.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, interesting. It's fucking brilliant. Watch the rehearsal if you haven't.
Cool.
And the last thing I want to give an honorable mention to is a wrestling thing. Because, I need to say it. He's gone. Robbie's gone. I won't get too much into it because obviously, whatever. Last year, I talked about the pay-per-view All Out.
Oh, yeah.
This year's All Out didn't quite have the same effect, unfortunately. But in 2022, there was a pay-per-view called Forbidden Door. Oh, yeah. And now what this was an AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling joint pay-per-view where we had guys from New Japan face guys from AEW. Okay. So, and the only way I can describe, so there's loads of things that were really cool. It was really cool seeing Kazuchika Okada in an AEW ring fighting fucking Adam Cole and Hangman Page with also Jay White there. That was neat. The main event with Jon Moxley finally getting his match against Tanahashi. Brilliant. But the thing that, like, I can only explain that really got me really fucking giddy and just, was we had Katsuri Shibata's music hit and walk out. And this is a man that headbutted Okada in 2017, got a hematoma, and then had to retire because he's like, yeah, you could die, mate. Yeah. And then he came back, and not only is he walking, which everyone was like, shit, that's a miracle, he's back taking bumps. And he's
what the
fuck? And he's one of my favorite wrestlers. Yeah. But the way that I described it was like the feeling that some people got, people like you, Robbie, would have got when you saw Tobey Maguire walk out of the portal in No Way Home, was the exact reaction I got when hearing Shibata's music in an AEW like venue. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's the way. So it's the wrestling equivalent of No Way Home.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what happened.
That's pretty fucking sweet.
This year,
good stuff.
The storylines weren't necessarily great, but also as someone who was a big New Japan guy, and who is a big AEW guy, it's just great seeing the people that got me back into wrestling, facing the people that I'm still currently liking watching wrestling. So that's my honorable mentions.
Nice.
Yes, I hope for more good wrestling in 2022, 2023.
Yeah.
I'm getting back into New Japan though. I've made that's my wrestling New Year's resolution. It's like I want to try to get back into New Japan. Make an effort to actually watch some shit on that end because I like all the wrestlers there. I'm like, why don't I just try to watch it again? And now New Japan are allowing crowds to cheer again because since COVID they were like just clap.
Oh, okay.
So it's awkward and weird. But it's like, okay, now you can cheer, which is like, fucking thank God. But yes, that's all my honorable mention shit. Robbie, what's your fucking shtick?
No, I need to actually do some proper honorable mentions first.
It's like, what are you going to complain about now?
I'll do some proper honorable mentions.
Right, okay. So, Jonah Hill's new documentary, Stutz.
Yeah.
Watch it. If you struggle at all with your mental health or whatever. The premise of the documentary is that he's interviewing his therapist and talking to his therapist because the teachings of his therapist helped him massively and he wants to kind of spread the word. So you get an insight into how that therapist deals with people and he gives you like exercises to do and stuff and it's really
good shit.
It's really informative and like I would say like every form of therapy, it's not going to be for everyone. And don't think it's going to cure all your problems just by watching this one documentary and doing what he says. But, like, it's a great insight into the world of therapy. And I found it very kind of oh wow, like it's cool to know that there's psychiatrists in the world that really give a shit.
Yeah.
I know a lot of the time when, especially with the healthcare system in our country, a lot of things with mental health issues can feel like they're getting pushed to the wayside a lot. It feels like you're not really being taken very seriously. It's very reassuring to know that the people out there that do care and like their job is to care and they've kind of dedicated their whole life to it, sort of thing. It's cool to know that the people like that are out there. It's just finding the right person for you, and But the stuff that's in there is really informative and really interesting He has a very interesting outlook on mental health and there's a lot of kind of spirituality stuff in there, and it's just really interesting. I'd highly recommend it, and it kind of gave me a cool new outlook on Jonah Hill, who's a guy who I like creatively anyway.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like a new side of him that he's never really put forward before. Don't do what I did and just put it on at 8:00 on a Sunday. It's fucking heartbreaking. So don't. It's heavy. So don't. Be prepared for that. But it's very good, and I would highly recommend it. And swift. It's only like an hour and 45 in it.
Yeah, it's not too long.
It's not a big long thing. So watch that, I guess. Movies, I don't know. I don't have any other movies that I would recommend you watch.
Did you get rid of anything from your top 10?
Yeah, Bullet Train.
All right.
It's fine. Watch it if you want. If you like.
Good as time.
If you want a fun action movie, watch Bullet Train. TV. I watched House of the Dragon.
Did you actually finish it?
Yeah, it's very good. Watch it. It's going to be the big thing. Well, actually, maybe it isn't going to be the big thing because The Last of Us is coming out, and that seems like it's.
I think The Last of Us is currently
the hot boy. Pedro Pascal specifically is.
I know what you meant. Yeah.
So, but Hot D, as it's known, that's House of the Dragon.
Oh right.
Hot D. Is very good. Highly recommend. Everyone's very good in it. Paddy Considine is amazing.
Oh, good.
Matt Smith's very good. Bizarre that he doesn't age, but that's fine. Because there's like big time jumps in the show.
Right.
Paddy Considine is like his brother, and by the end of the season, he's become this like fucking dishevelled ghoul.
And then Matt Smith
just looked like Matt Smith, which is just strange, but that's fine. I guess it's.
Is it going to get another season?
Is this right?
Season. Okay, I don't know if it was like a mini series or anything.
It's very good. If you want to get into really niche nerd arguments, watch Rings of Power, I guess. For the sake of arguing with the fucking dorks. I don't think it's very good, but watch it anyway for the sake of it. Something to watch in it. I recently watched, and by recently I mean 2 nights ago because it came out 2 nights ago, the new Russell T Davies series Nolly, starring Helena Bonham Carter, is fucking awesome. I finished it. I don't know if it's just because I'm a big Russell T Davies shill and I'll eat up anything that he does. But that was awesome. It was like a 3-part, 3 45-minute episodes, little mini-series. Helena Bonham Carter's in it. She's the lead, and she's fucking great. And Mark Gatiss is in it, which is weird. It's very strange. They marketed that show a lot. Like Mark Gatiss was like the co-lead. He's in the second ep, and that's it. He's not a big part of it. So that's he plays an integral role, but he's not. He's not the co-lead. Another guy's the co-lead, but he's and he's fucking incredible. I'd like to know what his name is so I could say, but I can't remember. But he's fucking amazing, but it's just because he's not a bigger name as Mark Gatiss.
Right, yeah.
Which is fine. It follows real life lady Noelle Gordon,
right,
actress at independent television. Before it was, I guess it's probably a bit when it was Granada, maybe, I don't know. But she's in a soap called Crossroads. So it's interesting that this came out now that I work at ITV and work on a soap.
Yeah.
I was just kind of watching it and being like, huh. But she's like the lead. She's one of the big head kind of people in Crossroads. And she's just miraculously sacked one day.
All right.
And nobody tells her why. She doesn't know why. And she's just suddenly let go from the show. And she's like 60. So she's like, I don't know what. She's like struggling to carry on her career. Because she's like, you don't start again at 60. That's when you fucking just wait out until you retire and then you leave. But they also just tell her that she's going to leave in November. And she finds out in like September or something. So the other cast members, because they're all like a little family sort of thing, can't understand why she's leaving. So they're like trying to get those scripts early, and then they're having meetings together trying to reading the scripts and then trying to figure out where it's going so they can predict how they're going to write her out.
Right,
and all this. And then because they start doing that, the writers start hearing wind of it, so there starts to be multiple versions of scripts written with multiple endings trying to throw them off the scent. Then they hear from like one of the production design guys that they're preparing to burn things. So like, what the fuck? New cast member comes in who's like an old guy with him who's escaping his past, and his wife and child died in a house fire.
Right.
So they're like, oh my god, he's gonna burn down the motel, and like she's gonna be stuck inside. Oh my god, what's going on? All this stuff. And then the new actor comes in, they're like quizzing him and being like, what's the backstory of your character? And he's like, they haven't told me anything. They've just told me that I'm escaping my past and I've come to the Crossroads Motel. That's all I know. And all this. It's really interesting. Very good show. Lot of stuff about females in the industry and things like that, but then also like how the industry works and blah, blah, blah. Really cool, good stuff. Highly recommend. Very camp.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Richard T. Davies, so of course it's very camp and fucking fabulous and whatever. So, it's great. Watch it. And now, good sir, comes the section we all wait for every year, where Robbie picks a specific film to wear on for a bit.
Can I try?
Because he thinks it's bizarre. Yeah, go on.
Right, okay, right.
Have a go. Have a guess.
Is it gonna be Morbius?
No, it's not gonna be.
Thank
Morbius.
fuck.
Imagine if it was Morbius. No.
Is it gonna be? Well, it won't be Jurassic World.
No, it's not Jurassic.
All right, I was
no,
gonna.
No.
Is it a Marvel property?
No, it's not.
Oh shit. Okay. I don't know then.
It's Black Adam.
Oh, fuck's sake.
So, okay, I want to talk about this fucking bizarre movie. Because I find the behind the scenes of this film more entertaining than the movie itself.
Right.
So, Black Adam, if you haven't seen it, is every superhero movie ever made combined into one film, but bad. So, he rips off everything from your Quicksilver and your X-Men to your fucking, I don't know, whatever else you want to do. But they rip off Wakanda and whatever, and they've got their own Wakanda forever. So
Wakanda, whatever.
They don't, yeah, they don't do this. They do this. So that's good, isn't it? So and they have their own Doctor Strange, but it's Pierce Brosnan. They have their own Ant-Man, but he's called Atom Smasher, and he looks like Deadpool. They have.
It's exhausting.
They have their own Black Panther, but he's kind of Falcon, and he's Hawkman and whatever.
Right.
Here's the thing that I found fucking crazy about this movie. So, as we all know, DC's been in pretty dire straits for quite some time.
Yeah.
What
do you mean?
We all know this.
What do you mean?
It's not been going well. The Rock originally wanted to do this movie and was cast in this movie in 2007. That's how long they've been planning on doing a Black Adam movie. Fucking hell.
Settle down.
They've been planning on doing a Black Adam movie since 2007. That's quite a long time ago, if you think about it.
It's before The Dark Knight.
Yeah, if you do the maths. He decided he's starting his acting career. He's doing the Tooth Fairy and whatever else he's doing at that time. So
I don't think he even did that at that point.
He probably hadn't.
I think he was still writing in 07.
He was doing Doom.
Yeah,
He was doing the movie Doom.
He was in that fucking Southland Tales.
Yes.
I think that might be 07 actually.
He suddenly starts going like, oh my god, I'm a big guy. These superhero
You are
films
big,
to
Dwayne.
take off. Yeah. Batman Begins has come out by this point. Iron Man's doing the rounds.
Well, Iron Man's coming out the year later.
But the people were talking about it, the industry, you know, and he's gone,
Superman Returns was out.
Yes.
The X-Men film.
Yeah, and he's like,
Spidey.
shit, these superhero movies are starting to take off. I'm a big guy. I should be a superhero. So they started chopping about, you know, what
I fought Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania X8.
Yeah. So they're like, right, we'll read all these comics. Which one should we pick? And he goes, I want to do this one, Black Adam, because he kind of looks like me in the comic books, right? The whole story that he tells in interviews is that he's been reading Black Adam comics since he was a child, and he loves the character and whatever. No,
Yeah, okay.
He picked one that looks like him, right? So he starts doing Black Adam, and they go, well, the villain of they should be fighting Shazam because Shazam is Black Adam's the arch enemy of Shazam. And he goes, okay, so they're writing this movie for a while. And they go, tonally, this doesn't work because Shazam's a kid and we want to be fucking edgy and whatever with Black Adam. So they split it into two movies, right? Because they said, just tonally, we just couldn't make it work.
hey guys, read any comic book with the both
Yeah,
of them in
yeah.
it, because there's a lot of them. It's like going, well, the Joker's kind of a clown and Batman's this gruff, serious guy. I don't know if we can make it work. It's like, well, fucking read any Batman comic
Well,
with
try,
the
you
Joker in.
dummies.
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about? Anyway, they split it into separate movies, right? Dwayne, executive producer of Black Adam.
Jesus, yeah, that's right. Yeah, he was.
So he creates this superhero movie around himself. It's a weird ego project where he's going like, hey, I'm going to do the best superhero movie. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
I mean, it did, but not because of him.
And he actively fought against Shazam being in the movie because for some reason he hates the Shazam movies.
Right.
This has been wildly reported now. He hates those movies and he hates the character of Shazam. Why'd you choose to play Black Adam?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Fucking hell.
So, the movie is made.
It was.
It was indeed made. He cottoned on to the Restore the Snyderverse.
Oh,
things.
yes, he did, yeah.
And he goes, fuck, people really want this like Snyderverse stuff. We could capitalize on this. Henry Cavill and The Rock have the same agent.
Yes, they do.
So he called up Henry Cavill and he made it happen. And Henry Cavill came back for a cameo at the end. If you haven't seen it, the post-credit scene is...
I haven't seen it, but I know it.
Viola Davis is talking to him and she says...
As Amanda Waller?
Yeah.
Oh,
and she says, hello, Mr. Rock. We need you to stay in that country that you're in and never come to the US, please. We need you to stay in Wakanda, but not Wakanda, please.
Yeah.
And he goes, I'll see what I can... Blah, blah, blah. Fuck you, I'll do what I want. Lightning. End the video call with a bit of lightning.
Right, okay.
Through the smoke comes Henry Cavill Superman to the John Williams score.
Oh, okay.
In a suit that's just his Man of Steel suit, but imagine they've done that, but they've just
With
cranked the saturation up fucking 120%. The blue's like, fucking Jesus, what's going on? And he steps out the shadows and he goes, Black Adam, you've made everyone...
You bitch.
You bitch. You've made everyone real worried. And the whole reason for this was because The Rock was convinced he could do the DC universe better than what was happening. So he said that because Black Adam's being played by him, that it was too big a deal for him to just fight a fucking lousy superhero like Shazam. I need to fight
Superman.
I need to fight Superman, the fucking big dog. Right? So he orchestrated this entire thing to eventually do a Superman versus Black Adam movie that nobody wants.
That no one even had planned.
No.
It wasn't even like...
Wasn't even planned, whatever. James Gunn takes over DC.
Yeah.
The movie comes out, and unlucky The Rock. I must say, this is terrible timing on his part. But a week after the movie comes out, James Gunn says we're rebooting the DC universe, and Henry Cavill won't be back as Superman. And
then Henry Cavill's pissed off because then he's like,
the funniest thing in the world.
Then Henry Cavill's like, I left Witcher for this, and then it's
says The Rock was teasing in interviews for weeks, going like, maybe there's a little, maybe there's a little cameo at the end of the movie, and he was going. What did he start saying? He started saying, yeah, the Black Adam is the most powerful person on Earth, but maybe he's not the most powerful person in the universe, hinting at Superman. And my reaction, as you've heard before, is, hey, The Rock, Earth is in the universe. What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, no, that was it. Black Adam might be the most powerful person in the universe, but he's not the most powerful person on Earth.
Oh, that's all right.
And I go, hey, The Rock, Earth is in the universe, you fucking idiot. What are you talking about? Obviously, he was hinting at Superman. Then the Superman cameo happens. Then the press team get on it, and Henry Cavill releases a video announcing his return as Superman.
And then James goes like, we didn't have anything.
Yeah, they didn't consult James Gunn at all. A week later, they announced they're starting again fresh, and Henry Cavill is no longer Superman. And then Henry Cavill has to do another statement saying, false alarm, guys.
Oh.
And it was fucking...
And what's he? Is he trying to get is he doing? Is Warhammer? Is he going to do that
He's
now?
doing Warhammer now.
That's it. Yeah,
Warhammer.
it is another franchise.
Yeah, he's doing Warhammer, and The Rock is apparently really unhappy with James Gunn and Peter Safran.
Well,
But also, why did you think that you were the fucking head of this now?
that's exactly.
What are you talking? Like, he's a
We had a plan. No,
you had a fucking plan, you dumb bitch. You don't know anything.
And I even doubt he had a plan. I think he just
No.
had, it was like me and Henry Cavill punch each other. It's like
Exactly.
he didn't have like
yeah,
any,
exactly. It's just Superman and Black Adam fight the most powerful people in the universe, and they're having a fight, and everyone goes, "Yeah, but what's the story?" And he goes, "Oh,
No, but we're
I
fighting.
don't fucking know. We're gonna
It's
fight."
like Dwayne. It's not
Yeah.
wrestling. We need
Yeah.
more than.
So, what a bizarre fucking turn of events. And The Rock, I hate that man. I've decided I just hate him. I think he's a fucking weird ego man. I think that he's a bizarre human. And I saw a video on YouTube, the Mr. Sunday Movies review of Black Adam. And he made a really good point. He was like, The Rock is the Schwarzenegger / Stallone of our generation now.
Right.
But when's he gonna have a good one?
Yeah.
When's he gonna have his The Rock movie? Because like Schwarzenegger had Terminator.
He also had Predator,
and Predator,
Commando. Yeah.
and Stallone had Rocky. At
Rambo.
this point, Rambo.
Stop on my mum.
Yeah, Stop on My Mum Will Shoot.
Over the top.
Yeah,
Yeah, we had
Cliffhanger. But like, when's The Rock gonna have his Terminator? When's he gonna have his character that he is iconic for having?
Do you know what?
For the guy that wears the same beige shirt in Jungle Cruise and fucking Rampage
and
and
Jumanji.
and Jumanji. It's just, what the fuck are we doing here?
I think with that is like we're past that era of movie star.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like we're not.
Yeah.
We're like we don't.
but it's fucking weird. It's
No,
like,
do you know what Keanu Reeves is ours?
yeah, he is.
You know, that's
yeah,
what
he is.
we all prefer. Like
yeah.
we just need like a dude.
Neo, are you John
Yeah.
Wick? You know, yeah, he's got some good characters under his belt, hasn't he?
I guess Tom Cruise is also that.
Yeah.
You know, you got
Are we doing? So that was my Black
Oh,
Adam
yeah.
talk. Are we doing talk about movies that what we think is going to happen this year before we do number one, or do you want to do number one and then talk about them?
No, we'll do that. I'm not going to do the whole extensive thing that we did last time in terms. Oh no, or should we? Because
let's do it.
because we discovered some.
Yeah, we
fuckery.
discovered some like what the fuck.
Oh, hold my microphone. I needed.
Okay, you Google. I'm gonna give Lewis some stereo sound. Hello, Lewis. Hello. It's like listen to the Beatles. There you go.
Right. So this is UK releases.
Yeah.
Is what we're doing, and again, we're just going to go through them, and then we're going to say,
What do we think?
yeah,
What's
okay.
gonna happen?
Right. Is there any major Netflix thing that's coming out?
I
Because they won't be on
I
here.
don't recall.
I don't. Okay. That's yeah.
Yeah.
February.
The Avatar live action series is happening this year. We'll see.
On February 10th.
Yeah.
So I don't know when the fuck this is coming out, but February 10th.
Today is
This 4th of February. We got Magic Mike's Last Dance.
I think it'll be fine for what people want it to be.
Yeah.
I think if people want to see Channing Tatum rubbing his dick on Salma Hayek, then good on him.
This is news to me.
Oh,
Well, this next bit isn't
Go on,
news.
okay.
But we got Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yeah, this could go either way for me.
Said Robbie last year with Black Adam.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, fucking hell. I think that this one. I think this is gonna be good.
Okay.
I think Jonathan Majors is gonna be really good.
Okay.
I think it's. Do you know what? I think it's gonna rejuvenate a little bit of hope in the Marvel.
I'm
universe.
looking forward to just Jonathan Majors being the guy this year.
Being Thanos, but
Yeah.
the new Thanos.
Also that day we've got Marcel the Shell with shoes on. We're finally getting it.
Finally, I think it's gonna be amazing because
Yeah,
I've heard it's amazing. I'm so excited about that.
February 24th, we got Cocaine Bear, Ray Liotta's last film.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be fine. I think it'll come out and be a meme for about a week.
Might be a good ass time.
I don't know.
The film Broker is coming out. It's a film directed by Hirokazu Koreeda and stars Song Kang-ho. Song Kang-ho, the guy from Parasite.
Oh yeah,
I think it's going to be really good.
sure.
I'm really looking forward to it. March 3rd, we got Creed 3. I am
I
excited.
think it's gonna be great. From what I've heard from test screenings and stuff, it's great.
Keep it
So-
going.
So please be a good trilogy.
Yes.
I don't have to worry about it.
Clerks and Creed.
Yeah, Clerks and Creed. That's what
and
I
John
mean.
Wick, I guess, as well. 'Cause,
Yeah.
but that's going to be more.
Yeah.
March 10th, we've got Scream 6. I haven't seen the others yet.
I think people will be disappointed by this. I don't think. Fucking shut up. Mate, this is every day.
Oh, is it really? I'm not sure if they can hear that.
Fuck, they probably can't. My neighbours are really loud.
All right. But Scream 6,
I think people are going to be disappointed by it.
Do you?
Yeah, I have a bad feeling.
I haven't seen any of them
Okay.
yet, so I'm going to binge them all so I can get to this one.
I
in
think people
cineration.
liked the last one, and now it's
Yeah.
like Ghostface in New York, and I think people are going to watch it and be like, I don't know.
All right.
Yeah.
65. I don't think it looks
I'm
good.
so
I
excited
don't think that
about
looks
this.
good.
I baffled by the trailer. I'm so excited. I really want this to be good. What a great trailer. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's so good.
Shazam! Fury of the Gods.
It'll be alright.
Yeah. No.
it'll
legit.
be alright. It'll be entirely forgettable.
Pearl. I'll fuck hard with it.
Did you see? Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, Pearl. I don't know if I'll like, but did you see with Shazam the other day? The TV spot that came out. You won't care about spoiler for Shazam, will you? They released a TV spot where you can clearly see that Gal Gadot Wonder Woman's in it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and everyone was like, it got taken down really quickly because obviously they realized that they uploaded it. But yeah, so Wonder Woman's in that movie. Sorry, everyone.
But Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm looking forward to it.
I haven't seen X yet, so I need to get caught.
John Wick Chapter 4.
Um,
I'm excited. Majorly.
yeah,
It just looks like more John Wick.
I hope it's good. I could lose a bit of steam. I started losing a bit of steam with 3.
But this has got Keanu Reeves fighting Donnie Yen.
Yeah, I know.
That's what's gonna.
Yeah, that's fair enough. But I think it's gonna be one fight.
No.
I think like 3.
But we also got what's his name? Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah.
We're gonna get a Donnie Yen Hiroyuki Sanada fight.
Yeah.
That's gonna be tasty.
Yeah. All right.
The fuck's this film? There's a film called A Good Person, which has got Florence Pugh in it.
Oh. I hoped it was gonna be something ironic, like a Kevin Spacey or something.
No, it's also got Morgan Freeman in it. It's written and directed by Zach Braff.
Oh.
Oh, isn't that awkward? They're not going out anymore.
Oh, I don't know. Are they not?
No.
Oh, thank God.
You're damn right I'm keeping it with
I was gonna say she's back on the
You're
cards.
damn right. I assume they did it before that. It follows
You'd hope so.
Alison, whose life falls apart following her involvement in a fatal accident. Oh.
Okay. Well, it can't have been that fatal.
No, she's
not dead. Fuck you talking?
Dungeons and Dragons gonna be utter shit.
I think it's gonna be really good.
Utter no. Do you know what the vibe? I'm looking at the
Yeah.
trailer. I'm like, do you remember that Robin Hood film that had Taron Egerton and Jamie Foxx in it?
It looks nothing like that.
That's the vibe I'm getting
It
from
looks
it.
nothing like that.
It's like, whoa, we're already cool and badass. I'm like, oh
No, it looks like it's funny. It looks like it's a funny one.
no, I think it's gonna be horrifically.
Looks like it's gonna be a comedy funny time.
I feel like it's gonna be embarrassingly bad,
I think it's gonna be good fun.
bro. Keep this in
Yeah,
mind,
I think
ladies.
it's gonna be a good fun.
I genuinely think it's gonna be worst film of the year contender.
Fuck.
Genuinely, yeah.
I think it's gonna
The Super Mario Brothers movie. It's gonna.
I think it's gonna
be
exist.
good. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, I think it will.
I mean, I'm not really gonna give a shit.
I think that I think Chris Pratt's still gonna be a bad choice. Even when the movies come out, I don't think I'm gonna watch the movie and go, yeah, I come round to it. It was fine. I think he's still gonna be out of place, but the movie will probably be alright.
Renfield.
Looks great.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
I think it'll be good.
Angus's reaction to the trailer when we went to see M3 again.
Mm.
I didn't realize this was the trailer that I didn't realize this was the film that Nick Cage was a vampire in.
Yeah.
So I was just watching Nick Holt and I'm like, oh, this looks neat. This looks cool.
Yeah.
And then it's like a big build up, and then it's like, and then I see him, and then Angus fist bumped so hard he almost screamed with excitement.
So
He did. It was like, what?
Nick Cage's Dracula is great.
What a good
What a good
time.
idea.
This is gonna be more of a you thing.
Oh, yeah.
Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I saw the trailer for this.
I saw the trailer as well. It played before M3 as well, and to me, I'm like, that looks good.
It looks good. It doesn't look very Evil Dead.
Right.
Is my
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
It looks good. It doesn't look very fun. Or
I don't
funny
know.
or campy.
I
think it
but
just
what
looks
about
a bit.
but what about the Freddy Alvarez Evil Dead?
I'm not a
then?
big fan of that movie.
Oh, no, I haven't
There
seen it yet.
There I
haven't seen it.
said it.
haven't
I
seen
think it's a good horror movie, but it's just another horror movie,
Right.
which is what Evil Dead Rise looks like to me. It looks like just another horror movie where Evil Dead should be different.
Fair.
Evil Dead should be kind of camp and cheesy, and
I'll probably marathon them. I've seen 1 and 2 now,
Yeah.
but I'll probably marathon them all just so I
I'll
can.
watch Army of Darkness.
No, I will. Yeah. No,
I mean, it's not as good as the other two.
No, but yeah. Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I think it's gonna be great.
You think it's gonna be great?
I think it's gonna be really, really good and quite emotional.
I don't have any feelings to it,
No.
so. But I'm looking.
I think
I've always enjoyed the Guardians films,
Yeah.
so
I think it's gonna be really great, and I think Batista's brown bread. 100% that guy's fucking
Oh, yeah.
dying. Him and the raccoon are dead. Calling it. now.
Oh no, not Rocky.
Yeah, he's fucking dead, man.
Fast X.
Fasten your seatbelts.
What was the thing that we said? Oh, because it was X. It should be
Fast
extremely
Yeah.
fast.
Extremely fast.
Yeah. I thought this was the last one, and then
No,
you
it's
went,
not.
"Nope,
It's
it's
the
not."
it's the second to
No,
last one.
It's like what?
Yeah, 11's
Oh,
the
this
last.
I like this franchise, and I got into this franchise, but this film has had such a shit show.
Oh my god, production.
When they had
Yeah.
Justin Lin, and then Justin Lin left, he went, what did he say? My mental health isn't worth this shit
Yes.
show or whatever.
Yeah, he was like that. My mental health isn't worth this, which is like fuck.
So that doesn't give me hope in the film's
yeah, it's probably
quality.
because Vin Diesel's a fucking lunatic.
Lunatic,
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. So that's he's gonna have a good year, isn't he?
Who?
Money wise, Vin Diesel.
Oh,
He's doing
yeah.
Guardians and
Fast X is going to do bank as well,
Fuck's
because they always
sake.
do bank.
Those shit.
9 wasn't really
Those
great.
shit movies.
Fate the Furious was entertaining as fuck. Yeah, it was.
What, that bit where The Rock fucking threw a torpedo?
Yes. Think about what you just said.
Sucks.
Where The Rock threw a torpedo.
No, that movie
Yes.
fucking sucks.
No.
It's bad.
No, we're
Bad
moving on.
film.
The Little Mermaid.
Mm,
It's going to be shit.
it's gonna be fine. I think it'll come out and be okay, and everyone will go, "Why is she black?" And there'll be shit discourse about it on Twitter for like 3 weeks, and then everyone will forget it ever came out.
Yeah. What's this film? Robert De Niro's in a new film.
Oh Jesus!
No, it doesn't matter.
Can't we turn him into glue yet?
No, leave him
Put him behind
alone.
a sheet and
Leave
turn
him
into glue.
alone. Leave him alone. Spider-Man Across the
It's
Spider-Verse.
gonna be amazing.
Is this going to be your favorite film of the year?
Probably.
Are you going to carry over that
Um,
prediction?
Here's the thing. I think it's gonna
Careful.
be good. I think it's gonna be very good. I think it's not gonna be as good as the first one.
I can see that.
I have
I can see
I have
that.
a feeling that the story is not gonna be as good as the first one.
Yeah.
But I think the animation is still gonna be incredible.
Elemental.
Shit.
Which one's it?
New Pixar film.
yeah.
Of a fire lady and a water guy falling in love or something.
yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Um,
Throw it in the fucking bin, man.
Transformers Rise of the Beast.
It'll be good, I think.
Michelle Yeoh's in this. You
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Ron Perlman is voicing Optimus Prime.
Oh.
Imagine Optimus Prime, but he turns into a gorilla.
Yeah, no, I get it. Pete Davidson, Peter Dinklage,
Yeah.
Anthony Ramos.
Directed by the director of Creed 2.
Yeah, that's a interesting choice.
Yeah, good on him.
I'm not going to see it, but fine.
Yeah. I don't know if it's a sequel to Bumblebee. I think it is.
I don't know.
Oh, fucking no.
The Flash.
I think it's going to be great and people are going to be really not know how to feel because it's going to be really good and then they're going to be like, but Ezra Miller,
Hey,
I don't know what to do about this.
I'm trusting just Andy Muschietti.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just...
I think-
again, almost... What a difference, because last year we talked about the Flash as well, but
Yeah.
it was a very different
Yeah.
Flash discussion.
I think it's going to be amazing and people are going to go, oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Um,
Because they wouldn't have fought so hard to keep it coming out.
no, I agree.
If
They
it
would have
wasn't
just
great.
canned it like Batgirl.
Yeah,
They
if
would have
it-
just
if it
went...
wasn't great, they'd have fucking canned it by now. So I think, and what did James Gunn say? I know that James Gunn obviously is the head of DC now, so he's gonna say.
Yeah,
good
yeah,
films.
yeah.
But he was like, it's one of my favorite. It's like one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen.
It'll be cool if it is.
So I hope it's good. I like the
Um,
Flash character. I hate Ezra Miller's version,
yeah,
but-
yeah.
because he's not the Flash. But that's fine.
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
I think it's gonna be incredible, and that is You know what? I'm putting. That's the Robbie pick of the year. That's the Robbie most anticipated
Is it your
movie of the
favourite?
year.
There's not... Hang on, we haven't got to a film that should be shown yet. I guess it just doesn't have a UK release yet.
That is my most
No,
anticipated film.
I simply said I think Indiana Jones on the Dial of Destiny is going to be what Top Gun 2 was this year, in the sense it's going to have no right to be as good as it is.
Yes.
And we're going to be like, fuck.
Yeah, we're gonna be like,
That was really good.
Yeah.
I think that's what it's going to be. I'm going to,
If it is the Top Gun 2 of this year, I'm going to go and watch it, and I'm going to sob.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to be a part of that, that's fine. And then if it comes out and if it's another Crystal Skull, I'll probably sob for different reasons.
Yeah, different reasons. The film that I was going to point out that we would have passed it by now because it says it's got an April release date in America, but obviously we just don't have it yet.
Yeah.
It's my most anticipated film. It's Beau is Afraid, but that's because... But the new Ari Aster film, Joaquin Phoenix, which is very not a Robbie Tweedale film, but my God, that feels like fuck. I'm in.
You know what? Actually, I'll say this of that film. I watched the trailer.
Yeah.
I actually quite liked I liked the look of it.
Is it just the fact of who it is doing it? You're just like
it looks a bit more whimsical and nice, and it doesn't look like a horror film.
Because it isn't.
Yeah.
It's not. It's not horror.
Exactly. So
it's Ari Aster. The way he described it was a nightmare comedy.
Yeah.
So that's
I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
But it's just the
I think
scene.
It's just Ari Aster's.
I don't like Joaquin Phoenix either, but that's fine. There, I said it. No, I don't like him. I just, he's a talented guy, but I don't know. There's something about him showing up in a movie whenever I just look at it and I go, fuck's sake. And it's probably great, and he's probably great in it. He's probably a really nice guy, but every time I see him show up in something, I just go, fucking hell.
Insidious 5's coming out this year.
Why?
Didn't know.
Why?
Who's doing it? Hang on. That's the turning point for me. Because I like these films. What? Patrick Wilson's directing this.
What? Oh, good for him.
You know what?
You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, I'll support it. I'll support that.
You know, I like the Insidious films.
I like Patrick.
And I like Patrick Wilson a lot. Fuck it.
Sure. What a fucking strange thing.
There you go.
All right.
I'll be down for it. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1. Yes.
Yeah, I think it will be
more Mission Impossible.
You know what? I think this one is going to be the one where people start going, it's going to be old now.
Yeah, I can. I don't know. I don't know because I think because Top Gun Maverick really helped Tom Cruise's stock there.
Yeah,
so I think people are gonna want to.
People are gonna be excited about it. It's gonna make a lot of money, but I don't know if it's.
And the same day, we got 3 films coming out the same day, Robbie. We got Oppenheimer, Barbie, and a film called Coyote versus Acme, which is which is an anime film starring John Cena and Will Forte.
Yeah.
No, but okay, Oppenheimer. I am a big Nolan guy.
Yeah.
He's not been my guy for a long time.
Jesus Christ.
The 2010s wasn't really his decade at all, is all I'm saying. He started off really hot with Inception.
Yeah.
And then he did Dark Knight Rises, and then he did Interstellar, and then he did Dunkirk, and then he did Tenet.
Jesus.
Here's my thing with Oppenheimer. I hope that yes, it's going to be a big scale film, but it also seems like it's more so just going to be like, right, we're following this guy over decades. So there's at least a little hint in the sense like we're following the character at least, which is because at least with Dunkirk it was more like the event, and then with Tenet it's like look at how cool the backward shit is, Whereas like this is at least we're following someone. So I'm like,
do you know what
okay.
I think? I think you're holding out hope for a movie that's going to be shit. I think this is going to be Christopher Nolan's First Man.
Oh, really?
I think it's just going to be fucking boring.
I mean, he hasn't made an exciting film in some time.
Well, no, he hasn't made an exciting film for a long time. But I just don't.
It hasn't got a runtime announced yet, which is terrifying.
It's going to be so long.
Which is he's not. I mean, he hasn't made a short. He's made like Dunkirk was an hour 45, but that felt like it
felt fucking ages. It's not going to be good. I don't think.
I mean,
I think everyone's going to be good in it. It's going to be well directed. I just think it's going to be fucking boring.
I just want to really like a Nolan film again.
Yeah.
That's what that is. You know what I mean? It's I just really want to like a Nolan film again.
I don't get it. To me,
I'm not excited about the premise or anything.
To me, Nolan is like the big ideas guy and scale and scope and whatever and pushing cinema and stuff. Him just doing a biopic about a real guy in World War II is like, that's so fucking boring.
No, I agree. I
like,
agree.
there's nothing that you can do
like
with
the
that to make it
like at least the announcement of Dunkirk, I got excited about.
Yeah.
Like
doing a war film, isn't it?
Yeah, because I was like, what? And the
Yeah.
announcement of Tenet was exciting to me. I was
Yeah.
like, shit. And they announced Oppenheimer, and I'm like,
What? Yeah, why?
I'm fucking like, that's not a thing that I'm like,
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Come on. If Nolan did a horror film, that's where I'm like,
Yeah. Cool.
something new.
Mm,
I think his style could work in there.
yeah.
Barbie, on the other hand, is one of my most anticipated of the year.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be
It's
great.
gonna be
It's gonna be fucking brilliant. I think.
I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's-
know what's going on in it. The cast is great.
Yes.
I'm so glad that Shooty Gat was in it.
Yes.
I'm glad that he's getting a big movie before he comes on this Doctor Who.
Before he's your little docky.
Before he's my little Docky Who. Terrible costume, by the way. Don't like it, but
I
it's
don't
fine.
give a shit.
Yeah, I know. I don't like the costume. Sorry, everyone.
But yeah, Barbie had. It's gonna have. Is there a possibility that we're all gonna be like, yeah, and then we go and see it, then we all go like, did we overhype it to be something it was never going to be? You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe.
Like, that's like,
Maybe
because I
it
feel
is.
like a load of like filmy bros and everyone's like, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig, Noah, and then we all watch. She goes like,
Huh.
oh, it's
Yeah.
just a really good Barbie film.
Yeah, it'd be really weird if it just turns out to be like just a movie. Like it's just a blockbuster movie about Barbie or whatever. I'll be like, oh.
But
It's got to be something else. There's no way
that
that
Greta
it's-
Gerwig
Greta
is like,
Gerwig and Noah Baumbach have done a Barbie movie together, and it's just a movie about Barbie going on an adventure. There is no way.
but isn't it like there's multiple Barbies and multiple
Yeah,
Kens, so
so-
it's gonna be some weird fucking
Yeah,
like,
because Ryan Gosling is Ken, Simu Liu is also Ken, and Shooty Gatwa is
isn't he
also
like
Ken.
Ken?
so, I don't,
So it's like-
so you know.
we're gonna get some weird fucking
Yeah.
like
And
I don't know.
yeah, and Margot Robbie is Barbie, and also the girl that plays Maeve in Sex Education is also Barbie, and all these things. So we'll see.
Helen Mirren's in the film.
Is she also Barbie?
Paris- I don't
She
know.
did the narration in the trailer.
That's right.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's in the film as well, apparently.
Never mind.
So is Michael Cera,
Okay, good.
Kate
Oh,
McKinnon.
Also Ken.
Kate McKinnon. I hope.
Michael Cera also Ken.
Hey,
Could
guys,
you mind?
speak. Topless. Always.
Yeah. Skinny Ken. Good on
Um,
him.
we've also got the Marvels. What is this?
This is Captain Marvel 2 with with Miss Marvel and the girl from WandaVision.
Okay.
And I think it's going to be good.
Okay.
No, I don't. Why am I lying? I think it's going to be fine. I think people will see it and they'll go, oh, okay. I don't know. I think discourse around it's going to be terrible because it's a female director and an all-female cast. So obviously it's going to be horrible discourse.
Oh, Sam Jackson's in it.
Yeah, of course he is.
No,
He was
I
in
know,
the
I know,
first
I know,
one.
I
He's
know.
back. He's back and better than ever.
Nia DaCosta. Is this the... Oh, Candyman.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's doing it.
Doesn't mean fuck all because a director on a Marvel film doesn't mean that they're going to...
Not correct, but that's fine. Don't say the thing because then just Taika Waititi and James Gunn are very distinctive styles and have very distinctive Marvel movies. So don't use that shit. Fuck off.
I wasn't going to say that.
Fuck off.
I was going to say it doesn't... a director on that scale, Nia DaCosta, isn't going to have like
Oh, maybe.
her style.
Yeah, if she has one.
Also, I was
She
going to
does.
say we don't...
Candyman's pretty good.
Was
It looks nice.
Candyman's good.
Mm.
It was enjoyable. But what was that? I don't know. Either way.
Yeah. But I think this one's gonna be fine. Apparently they go to a planet where everyone only talks in song, so there's just a big portion of the movie that's just a musical for no reason.
Cool, nice.
Yeah, good for you.
Uh,
Good stuff.
I didn't realize this was coming out.
Mm.
The Meg 2, The Trench.
Oh yeah.
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 Dog shit.
Yeah, it's gonna be dog shit, and Julia's uncle will think it's great. We got into an argument about the Meg and how I said it was fucking awful.
What? Hang on.
go on, sorry.
It might not be shit.
What?
It might
What
not
do you
be
mean it
shit.
might not be shit?
The director is Ben Wheatley.
What's Ben Wheatley doing?
He did Free Fire. He did Kill List. He did Sightseers. He did High Rise. He's like a really like cool British horror director.
Okay.
Or is this going to be a situation where I accidentally got excited for Godzilla 2 because fucking Michael
Yeah.
Dougherty was doing it?
yeah,
I was like, oh, the guy did Trick or Treat and Krampus. I was like, oh, it's just Godzilla. Fuck.
it's just a bad movie.
Fucking damn
Yeah.
it. It could be that as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I think this is going to be
Mutant
great.
Mayhem.
I think this is going to be fucking great. It's an animated TMNT film.
Yeah.
Seth Rogen's producing it.
He's
I
in
thi-
it as well, I think.
Is he? What?
He's listed in the cast. He hasn't been given like a fucking...
They haven't cast
Oh,
anyone
shit. Oh, no, hang on. I went back up.
You fucking scumbag.
No, well, he's in the cast list anyway. But
Let's have a look at this.
Shaman Bound Jr.
What the fuck's going on here? Shaman Brown Jr. is rumored to be voicing Raphael.
Okay, so there's no official. But Seth Rogen's like...
Writers, Kevin Eastman, Peter Laird. They're the creators of the fucking...
Yeah, so nothing's been said yet.
Who's written the screenplay?
Brendan O'Brien.
What's he done?
Brendan
God,
O'Brien
this is like fucking sauce
has
stuff.
done Bad Neighbours 2,
Oh no.
Bad Neighbours,
Oh no.
Mike, so okay.
I just want a good one.
Who's directed it? Jeff Rowe.
What's he done?
The Mitchells versus. He wrote the Mitchells versus Machines.
Oh, he's done Gravity Falls. Yeah, okay. Well, then then that's fine.
He was a co-director on the Mitchells versus Machines.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Oh well, fine.
It's good film.
Yeah. So yes, please be good. I love the Ninja Turtles. Please be good.
Haunted Mansion.
What? Oh yeah, is this with Scarlett Joe?
This is such a bizarre cast list.
Skajo?
No.
Oh, what am I thinking of?
Skano.
Skano.
I think Tower of Terror. You're thinking of Tower of Terror. Right. Hang on. So.
What's this?
So hang on.
What is this fucking
Haunted
movie?
Mansion.
Yeah.
Right. The plot: a single mom named Gabby hires a tour guide, a psychic, a priest, and a historian to help exorcise their newly bought mansion after discovering it is inhabited by ghosts.
Right. Is this a remake of the Eddie Murphy film?
Well, technically yes, but it will just be. It won't be a remake of the Eddie Murphy film because the Eddie Murphy film was just based on the ride, the Haunted Mansion.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So, Madame Leota. This would mean anyone who is into the
Okay.
is played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
Okay. I like
Gabby,
Jamie
the
Curtis.
single mum,
Yeah.
is Rosario Dawson.
Okay.
These are people who haven't got cast, who haven't got Kara. Winona Ryder's in it. She hasn't got a Kara name yet. Owen Wilson is Kent.
Oh yeah.
Danny DeVito is college history professor. Lakeith Stanfield is Ben Mathias.
What's happening?
Dan Levy's in it.
Right.
Tiffany Haddish
Yeah.
is someone called Harriet.
Probably not anymore though, right? She's been.
Hmm?
She's had some bad stuff, hasn't she?
Oh, I don't know. She's in it though.
Yeah. Okay.
And also the Hatbox Ghost. Do you know of the Hatbox Ghost?
No.
It's like this thing where like apparently in the ride he got taken out of but then there was rumors like shit because the Hatbox Ghost is too scary and it became like this thing. But apparently it was a thing. The illusion just wasn't working.
Okay.
Like it was like maybe a thing where the guy's head disappears and appears in the Hatbox, but the illusion just didn't quite work. So,
Right.
but then there was this like lore
Yeah.
around it.
Okay.
Playing the Hatbox Ghost in the film
Oh God.
is Jared Leto.
What the fuck is the point?
Uh,
Why does anyone make anything anymore?
Who's it directed by? It's a guy who, the guy who's directing it is the guy who directed. Hang on.
Morbius.
No, Dear White People,
Oh, okay.
which I heard's good.
Yeah.
It's written by. Fuck's sake, hang on. Hang on a minute.
Buh?
Hang on a minute.
Buh?
Fuck.
Buh?
No.
Buh?
Piss off. I just want to see the writers. Guillermo del Toro has a writing credit.
What? What the fuck is what is this?
What is this film?
What is this?
So what are we thinking? Is it going to be good?
No.
Isn't it?
No, it's not.
No, it's a Disney produced thing as well, so probably not.
Yeah, it's not. It's not gonna be good.
The same day,
Yeah.
Robbie, we got the Gran Turismo film
Oh yeah,
with David Harbour and Orlando Bloom.
yeah. Directed by that guy that did District 9, right?
Yes, it is Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah.
It's not
gonna
gonna be good then.
I think it's gonna be good.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No, really.
There you go.
No, fuck it. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see, won't we? Jesus. Next.
David DeSmolchin's in a horror film. That should be interesting.
Good on him.
Blue Beetle.
I think it will be good. I think it'll be good, and that's it. I don't think it'll be.
I don't know much about any of it, so I don't really.
He gets a fucking alien technology backpack, and it makes him a superhero.
And I don't know the director either. So it's-
The guy is from Cobra Kai. Is
okay.
playing him, isn't he?
Oh no.
Probably. I don't fucking know.
Oh no.
It'll probably be alright.
The Equalizer 3. Dog shit.
Why is that?
Dog shit.
happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
First of all, why?
Yeah. Is it still Denzel?
Yes, it is.
Fucking Christ.
Dakota Fanning's in it.
Good on her.
Wasn't she in the last one? I don't
I
know.
don't know.
There's a film called A Haunting in Venice,
Mm.
which has got Michelle Yeoh in it.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Michelle, you know?
Oh, it's directed and it's also starring Kenneth Branagh.
Yes!
no.
Come on!
Oh, hang on a minute. It's based on the Agatha Christie novel Halloween Party.
Oh, is it another one of his fucking Clouseau ones?
Yes, it is. He's Poirot. Yes, it's.
Yeah.
We've got another fucking one of these. We've got another fucking one of these. Oh, it's got Michelle Yeoh, Kelly Riley, Jamie Dornan, Tina Fey.
Good.
Fucking
I love
hell.
these shit movies. I fucking love these shit movies.
Oh, no.
Get me on the boys.
The Expendables 4 is apparently coming out.
Why? What the fuck is going on? Rattle through these shit films. What's happening?
50 cents in this one. And Megan Fox.
What? Why is 50 Cent in it?
And Tony Jaa and Eco Ace. Eco Ace, as in the guy from The Raid, is in this. Yeah, Andy Garcia. Do you remember him?
Yeah, I remember Andy Garcia.
So he's not dead. Why does it?
He owned the hotel.
There's a film called Next Goal Wins. That has Michael Fassbender in it.
Yeah,
and
Taika
Elizabeth.
Waititi.
Oh,
Yeah.
redeem yourself. Redeem yourself,
Yeah,
Taika.
redeem yourself. Make a good movie.
Yeah,
Maybe write this one.
he has.
Good. Well, he wrote Thor: Love and
He
Thunder.
didn't mean anything.
I mean, as in, write it before you get there on the
I
day.
understand what you mean.
Dickhead.
Craven the Hunter. Bad.
I don't fucking know. Well, yeah, but yeah. Well, what am I on about? I don't. Yes, it'll be bad. It'll be a bad movie because it's a Spider-Man villain movie without Spider-Man in it. That's the fucking point.
This is coming out this year.
Oh yeah.
The Exorcist, the new Exorcist film,
Oh yeah.
with David Gordon Green.
It'll be alright.
Well, I know what our Halloween special is going to be this year. We're going to talk about the original Exorcist then.
Oh god. Yeah. Alright.
That's what that's going to be. Leslie Odom Jr. is in this film.
Oh okay.
Colin Bernstein
Yeah.
and Dowd. Yeah. And,
You had
yeah.
Leslie Odom Jr.
But also that same day we got Paw Patrol, the mighty movie.
Oh yeah. I know what I'll be seeing.
The Exorcist.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got Trolls Band Together.
As in
The new Trolls film.
Trolls well tall.
Yeah.
Trolls. What is it? Band Together?
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, it's not good.
It's gonna be really bad. It's Justin Timberlake.
Right, The Exorcist. I'm gonna. I realize I didn't say what I was thinking about.
sorry,
I just said it. I'm cautious because of what I saw with. I don't want it just to be what they did with Halloween.
Okay. Yeah.
Because The Exorcist isn't
Halloween.
a slasher flick.
Yeah.
It's a very atmospheric
Yeah.
horror.
Yeah.
Fucking don't
Don't do that.
don't do a fucking like. Whoa, isn't it mental? But the real film of October is Saw X.
Socks.
Now, what are we going to think
Go
about
Socks.
this? Go Socks yourself. The better film that's called something X.
Yeah.
Between that and Fast X.
Will it be good? No.
I don't know,
I don't think
Robbie.
it's gonna be
Robbie,
good.
I don't know.
Sorry.
I don't know. It's the
It's
same.
doing it.
It's the same writers as Jigsaw and Spiral. And it's the same director as Saw 6, who also did Saw 3D. It's technically, it's Saw 1.5 because it takes place in between Saw 1 and 2. We got John Kramer back, baby.
Yeah, that's what I'm excited about.
I want to see Tobin Bell being
Is he gonna be in a gross little hoodie again?
with a backwards baseball.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
But is it between 1 and 2? Have they confirmed that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's officially that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yes. What's the timeline of this now?
I don't know where. No, Spyro takes place in this. Right.
Is Spiral's after he's dead
Yes.
because he's a copycat or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jigsaw has a weird thing where it's before and after.
Fucking Christ. What's first in the timeline?
1.
1.
Oh no, technically the trap in Jigsaw
Yeah.
is the first in the
Yeah,
timeline.
yeah.
Stupid.
The trap in Jigsaw. What was that? What happened there?
More, but it's where it's like the fucking Jesus,
what's going on?
Jesus Christ. No, technically first in the timeline is. Are you on about which film itself is first in
Yeah,
the timeline?
like canonically why?
Right,
it's
so
first.
all of Jigsaw isn't
Yeah.
the first.
Yeah.
Saw 1 is the first thing canonically,
Yeah,
technically.
okay.
But there's also a trap because the twist in Jigsaw is like, oh, the trap that we were watching wasn't taking place in the present day. That was the very first Jigsaw trap.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Right. But they did not notice that the guy.
I'm not again. I'm not. Let's not do this now,
Okay.
Rob. Let's not do this now. Let's not fucking go through the Saw canon. Do you want to be here forever?
No, I don't.
We still need to talk about our number ones.
No, we do.
Dune Part 2.
Still
Dune.
I think I'm gonna go into it hoping it's gonna be better than the first one, and then it's gonna carry on being boring.
Yeah.
It's gonna continue to be a boring film.
Yeah, I mean the last one did make me excited. Florence Pugh's in this one.
Yeah, but so is Austin Butler. And he said in an interview.
I like Austin Butler.
He said in an interview this week.
I don't fancy Austin Butler.
I've only just got rid of my accent, which means he hadn't gotten rid of it by the time they filmed Dune Part 2.
So he's going to be talking yes, please.
Paul, what are you doing?
Did you say Paul Newman?
No, I said Paul, what you doing?
All right, Paul Newman.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I know. I'm the same thing that's going to happen with the first film.
Yeah.
There's a film called What the Fuck Is This? It's called The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
Yeah, it's the prequel about President Snow. When he's a young, handsome chap.
Francis Lawrence is doing this again.
Right.
He did Catching Fire.
The best one.
Didn't see it.
It is the best one.
Hunter Schafer's in this. Big fan of her. Euphoria.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's all she's done.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough.
The Dink's back here.
The Dink.
The Dink, Peter Dinklage.
Love that guy.
Rachel Zegler.
Yeah,
she's
the lead.
She's
the lead.
Is she the lead? I thought it was Hunter Schafer.
No, she's the lead as far as I'm aware.
Michael Arndt has written it. Like him.
Who's he?
He wrote Little Miss Sunshine and Toy Story 3.
Oh, yeah.
And he was the original writer of Force Awakens until JJ was like, get out of here.
Get out of here. I'm going to write it myself and make it worse. So
Wish.
Oh, yeah, Disney. It'll probably be quite good because it's an anniversary thing for them, isn't it?
Is it like that?
I think it's 100 years of Disney animation, so they're doing a special film for it.
17-year-old Asha and her goat Valentino navigate Rosas, the kingdom of wishes, where wishes can literally come true. Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be good because it's like a mix of 2D and 3D. I think.
It probably. That'll be nice.
Yeah, I think
might be really bog standard in terms of storyline and really predictable, but it might be charming
as a celebration of Disney animation. I think it's gonna be.
Might be the Clerks 3 of this year.
Could be the Clerks 3 of Disney.
We've also got.
He's gonna die at the end of a fucking horrible heart attack.
He just has a. Film starts with Donald having a heart attack, survives, and then the film ends with Mickey just dying, and then it's like, right, now we need to take down everything Mickey Mouse iconography. Now, fuck, we killed the mouse.
Oh god,
we killed him.
Killed the
mouse. Wonka, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be great. I'm very excited about it. People
are going like, what the fuck is this? Like, the man who did Paddington and Paddington 2.
I'll watch anything that man does. I love him.
And also, I like the thought of Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka. That's a good He needs to come back in my favour. In all honesty.
And Olivia Colman's in it, isn't she?
Yes.
Is she his mum?
Probably.
Is she Wonka?
Mrs. Wonka.
Mrs. Wonka.
You absolute Wonka.
You absolute Wonka.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Written by the stupid Death's guy from Horrible Histories.
Oh. Yeah.
Who also wrote the Paddington films. So what do you want?
Yeah, sure.
I think it's gonna be great. So
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
There is an untitled Ghostbusters Afterlife sequel.
Wahoo!
No, we already talked about Mario.
Sorry. I'm very excited about this. New York.
Oh, they're actually gonna be
going back to New York, back to the
Okay.
firehouse.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
There's a Color Purple musical film that's coming out
Sure.
with
Don't feel like you could sing any happy songs. To be honest.
with Tajari P. Henson, Halle Bailey, Berry.
Yeah.
Oh, she's also got Little Mermaid as well. Yeah, who's directing it? Blitz Bazawul.
What the fuck kind of name is that? Cool.
I feel like that's like a singer's name, and he's like
It's probably a pseudonym. No one's called Blitz. What did you call him? Blitz
Bazawul.
Blitz Shadowfax or whatever the fuck. That's awesome. What a fucking name.
Yeah. There's a film called The Creepy Witch, which is an animated film.
Oh yeah. As opposed to the
Not Creepy. What, The Good Witch?
Good Witch.
No, there's nothing about it. Never
Yeah.
mind. Film called. Oh, and then let's talk about
Oh fuck.
Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Again, we ended 2 years in a row, Robbie. We're ending talking about Aquaman. Are we thinking the exact same thing?
What did we say last year?
I think we were just both like, yeah, sure, whatever.
I don't think it'd be very good.
I think I said, if it's anything like the first film, I'll enjoy it.
Do you know what?
It's James Wan in it.
Yeah, but do you want to know the big difference? Do you know who wrote this movie?
No.
Do you know who wrote the treatment of this movie?
Who?
Jason Momoa.
I mean, that doesn't mean anything right now. He could be a really good writer for all we know.
Yeah,
for all we all know.
For all we know, that 14-year-old, 40-year-old man could be a great writer.
But also,
I simply don't know. I don't trust it. I think he wrote the treatment with his mate. I think, and I'm pretty sure what he said was, which I think is a good idea, actually, is that the villain isn't. There isn't a proper villain. It's more so like we're the villain because we're fucking up the ocean.
We're the villain.
Yeah,
So it's Avatar 2 again.
Yeah, so he's doing a thing of like protect the oceans or whatever, and yeah, good. Because I mean, if you're gonna do that anyway, do it in a fucking Aquaman movie. Because like, what? Obviously, do it in an Aquaman film. So apparently, it's more about the relationship between the two brothers. Yeah, that's right. Jason Momoa and Patrick Wilson were supposed to be brothers.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Well, half brothers, but that's fine. Different dads.
I don't know, man. Oh fucking.
I'm not sorry. I'm not hugely well versed in my Aquaman lore, even comic book wise. I'm excited to see Yahya Abdul-Mateen II as like Manta properly with the big fucking stupid helmet. Good stuff. Yeah, maybe it'll be good.
So there's our.
Bizarre that Amber Heard's still around.
Hang on, there's other films that I've noted on like Letterboxd.
As being like, you want to talk about this?
Like coming out.
Okay.
That evidently don't have a UK release date by. Or we're talking about Infinity Pool. Again, don't know much.
I won't see it, but that's fine.
Won't you?
No. What? No. What the fuck are you talking about? Of course I'm not going to see it.
There's a film called Flora and Son, which I'm really excited about. Flora and Son. It's a film directed by John Carney. Do you recognise the name?
No.
It's the same guy who did Sing Street.
Oh, yeah.
Begin Again.
Oh, yeah.
Stars my boy, Jiggle.
Jiggle? I love that guy.
Fucking love that man.
Love that man.
And the plot of it is, believe it or not, it's once again, another music shit. Another music.
I can believe that.
It follows Flora, a single mum who is at war with her son, Max. Trying to find a hobby for Max, she rescues a guitar from a dumpster and finds that one person's trash can be a family's salvation. That's a shit sounding plot synopsis. But
we were talking earlier about movies designed for old people.
No.
Sounds like that.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
John Carney.
Sounds like that to me.
No. We already talked about Barbie. We already talked about Creed 3. We already talked about Saw X. Socks. Go Socks. There's a film called. This is the last. There's a Michael J. Fox documentary coming out that I want to see.
Oh yeah.
Still a Michael J. Fox story.
Nice.
And there is
really heartbreaking, I mean.
Probably maybe like Val.
Oh Jesus.
I don't know. Daisy Ridley's in a new film.
Oh my God.
Called Sometimes I Think About Dying. Yeah, which I've heard good things about.
Sometimes I think about Daisy Ridley.
Sometimes.
And I smile. I do a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. God bless her.
Yeah. Bless her for like getting so shot for no reason.
Yeah, it's done so dirty by the fucking stuff.
Fran, who likes to think about dying, makes the new guy at work laugh, which leads to dating and more. Now the only thing standing in their way is Fran herself.
Oh. Okay.
It's a comedy drama romance. It's one that shit.
Didn't she write it with her husband or something? Or her husband wrote it?
Daisy really has a husband?
Sadly. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Sorry.
No, she didn't write it.
Did her husband write it?
Rachel Lambert.
Who directed it?
Rachel Lambert.
Shit. Maybe I'm an idiot.
Maybe you are. And last thing I want to talk about is a film called where's it at? Where's it at? There it is. Cassandro, which is a
sequel to Casablanca.
No, No. It's
No.
you got Gael Garcia Bernal in it.
Oh yeah.
Bad Bunny as well.
El
Muerto
Muerto himself.
And the
Oh
film
my God.
and the film follows the true story of Cassandra, the exotico character created by Saul Amadeus, gay amateur wrestler from El Paso who rose to international stardom. So
Cool.
it's a lucha libre
Sounds
story
great.
with Gael
Just like El Muerto.
but Gael Garcia Bernal is the gay luchador.
Yeah, good.
More wrestling films.
Good stuff.
I'm down for
You're gonna be so excited about El Muerto.
I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not because wrestling. That's
wrestling.
it. Anyway,
We'll disclose our most anticipated things of the year, and then we can go on to number one.
that was it. We just did it.
What's
But,
your-
oh no,
What's your most anticipated thing of the year?
But
yet?
Bo is afraid is my most anticipated film of the year.
Wow, what a bitch!
But there'll be a film that I don't know exists currently.
My most anticipated movie of the year is Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, but nothing in the world is going to defeat my hype for whatever Doctor Who episodes come out in November.
Oh no!
I don't care. There's 3 special episodes coming out with David Tennant and Catherine Tay, and I'm going to shit my fucking kegs. And I know I'm going to, and I can't fucking wait. If that starts with the original fucking theme tune from the 2005 series, I'm going to cry. So excited. Number 1 movie of the year. Number 1 movie of the year for me this year is going to be the 3 episodes of Doctor Who combined to make a feature-length film.
What do you know? It's got a film coming out in 2024.
With Robert Pattinson
Yeah.
playing a guy in space,
Yeah.
I think.
Looking forward to that. Is Robert Pattinson becoming like Joaquin Phoenix?
Yeah,
for you?
maybe. I don't
What
know.
the fuck's
maybe,
up with
yeah,
you?
maybe I hate this guy. I don't know.
What the fuck's up with you?
Look it up. Maybe I hate myself. What's your favorite movie of the year, Oscar? Tell me.
Tell me why.
I think
Right.
I know what it is.
Yeah, well, yeah, you do know probably.
I know.
You noted it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the film that is my favorite film of the year started off at like my number 5, and then it just kept creeping up because I kept thinking about it, and then I was like, that probably is my favorite film of the year.
Yeah.
And then I rewatched it again Monday, beginning of this week,
Oh, yeah.
and then someone's coming through the wall. Then
It's
sounds like a drill.
Fucking sockets is probably like.
right.
Continue.
And rewatched it. I was like, yeah, that's definitely my favorite film of the year.
Yeah.
And it's a film that I'm gonna say, and then I want you to tell me what you think about it, because I think, and then we can get out of the way, and then I can actually talk about why I like it. My favorite film of the year, and without a doubt, easily, it's one of these instances where sometimes I look at like the films of the year, and I'm like, that's my favorite film of the year, and then I look back and go, was that just very instinctive of me? Like, would I actually still think that's a favorite of mine? And I think this is an instance where I'm like, I've almost like felt the film gonna stay with me in years to come. And that film is the directorial debut of Charlotte Wells. And it's a film called After Sun.
I didn't like it.
No, and tell me why.
It's just not the kind of movies I like. It's fine. I think I don't. It's not like I'm going, this is fucking shit.
Okay, because the way you messaged me going like, we're going to kick off about that film.
Right, okay, here's the thing for me. Right. And I had so I had like a weird moment at the end of that film. But me and Julia watched it together.
What did she think of it?
She thought the same as me.
Oh, really? Okay.
So she loves Paul Mescal.
Same.
I love him. I love his little short shorts. I love his tiny little short shorts, and he's a lovely little man.
With a beautiful face.
So
He's a handsome man.
he's a handsome chap, and I love him. Despite the nose, but that's fine.
Fuck.
Imagine I just go out and I'm like, fuck.
No, I had a weird thing at the end of this movie where I thought, you know what? I've discovered why I hate movies.
Fucking hell,
Right? So you know when a film comes out and everyone goes, wow, man, that's fucking awards worthy. That a beautiful movie about life, about the human experience and whatever. And I go, yeah, but they forgot to make it entertaining. Right. And that's how I feel about this movie.
Okay.
So here's a perfect example.
Yes, go on.
Right.
This is. I will admit, when first watched the film ended, I saw it was produced by Barry Jenkins. I was like, that makes a load of sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I just right, okay. So perfect example of this later on, early on in the movie, I'm afraid. So he puts his daughter to bed, and then he's out on the balcony.
Yes.
And he's having a cig.
Yes.
And we spend about 5 minutes on one shot, still camera.
Now we zoom in.
No, we fuck off.
No, we do. We do zoom in.
Probably, maybe. I don't
We
know.
do. We go in and then we zoom in on
Yeah,
him.
right, okay. And he's just stood having a cig, and then he does a little dance, and then he stops doing a little dance, and that's it, right? And moments like that encapsulate why I don't like movies like this. Because here we go. You ready for this? What the fuck have we learned about him, and how has the plot moved forward by having a scene like that? And the answer is, it hasn't. It's just wanky. And people go, well, this is like an awards fucking movie about blah, 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 blah. So that scene is like so poignant, and it must mean something. It doesn't it doesn't give anything. It's just a fucking scene of nothing. And that's what most of this and films that I find like this are, and that's fine. They're just not for me. People can enjoy them, and I'm sure, thematically it's very resonant with a lot of people for many reasons. There you go. And I know why, and I'm gonna feel bad about it when you start saying about why you feel good about it. That's fine. And it's absolutely fine. I'm gonna feel terrible about it. I'm prepared for that. But these kind of movies just aren't for me because they don't do anything. Nothing happens. And you just fucking sat there, and then you finish it, and then you go, well, objectively, I have to say it was good, don't I? Or everyone's going to think I'm a fucking idiot. Even though I didn't like it, I didn't enjoy it because it's not fun and nothing happens. So there you go.
Now, what's my favourite film of the year?
Yeah, go for it.
I think I can see what you mean in the sense like it is a very plodding film.
Yeah.
In the sense like we're just watching stuff.
Mm.
And it is. And you're talking about slice of life. It is fucking just. It is. You're just watching just shit happen. And I think I find that stuff just generally more interesting.
Yeah.
Because sometimes that's all I need. I just need a bit of like, let me just look at like a moment of life for a bit. Because fuck it, why not? And I think, but what was so like, why this film? Because this could have just been a very well made film. And I was like, okay, that was like a nice little slice of life thing of like a father and daughter. Cool.
Yeah.
What really tied the film together? What really tied it together to me was like the ending of it all and what the film was actually about. And I don't mean that from a thematic thing. I mean what the actual film is, like what the story is that was told in the film. Spoilers for After Sun. If you don't want to know, move on. I didn't realize we were looking back at, like, first time watching it. I didn't realize the whole film was Sophie's, like this girl's recollection of the last time she saw her dad. I didn't realize that was the story.
Yeah.
I didn't realize the whole thing was like, oh, her dad was a heavily mentally ill person who committed suicide. And that was her remembering her last moments with her dad. Now she's his age when he did, like, in that moment. Yeah. And I think once I, like, knew that, everything else just kind of then was like, fuck. Yeah, okay, that's why we just hung on shots. Like, one of my favorite shots of the year, and again, I'm sure you were like, what the fuck was I even about? It was the bit of where the camera's on the telly, but we can also see the mirror, but also the reflection of the telly of where Paul Mescal is. But the telly is also the camera.
That is a good
shot.
shot.
So to me, I'm like, a shot like that is really fucking like we're holding on a shot. One, it's just beautifully composed is in a blocking point of view, because it's like we need to hit that. They need to hit that spot so we can see her, and then he needs to hit that spot so we can then see him in the. So it's shit like that. I'm like, that's fucking like excellent direction anyway. And I'm like, but then it goes like, well, that's almost like you can kind of look at that like, you don't like it's like a fly on the wall situation where it's like the memories from that point of view. Yeah. It's not this big like intercut shot reverse shot scene. It's just this was the shot. This was the moment. And I think that one, I think Paul Mescal is just let me just highlight him.
Yeah.
He's my favorite performance of the year. without a doubt. And this film kind of got like, when I first watched it, I was like, oh, this is going to be like one of the big awards things probably. Yeah. And then as awards season kept going, it really wasn't.
Yeah.
And so then it almost became the little movie that could.
Yeah.
So then to me, I'm like, I wasn't expecting it going to get anything. So then when I hear, and Paul Mescal's nominated for Best Lead Actor, I'm fucking over the moon. He's not winning it.
No, but
Brendan Fraser.
He's fucking
but he's
incredible
fucking brilliant.
in this,
And I think an Oscar nomination for him is going to do him wonders.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's now going to, like...
Yeah, 100%.
Like, now he's not just, like, this little, like, quaint, like, Irish actor.
Yeah.
He's now fucking, like, Oscar-nominated Paul Mescal.
Which is awesome.
And again, I loved him in Normal People was the first thing I saw him, and he's fucking sensational on that. And he plays a very similar character as he does in this.
Yeah.
And I'll highlight him for a bit, like, his character thing. I think that's what first got me really, like... There's a lot of things, man, in this film that I think that really, like, resonate and, like, click. One thing, I like the fact of just following, like, one, I was raised by a single parent, so I can relate to that dynamic. Not in the sense, like, my mum wasn't a young mum.
Yeah.
But it's like, okay, I know what it's like just being on a holiday with just your mum.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're Scottish, but they're a British family. Yeah. And there's, like, it's a proper British family holiday atmosphere in the sense, like,
they
like,
capture that fucking perfectly.
There's just that one moment where you just see, like, a kid having a tantrum and the dad's like, ruin it for everyone like you always do. It's like, I think I've seen that exact reaction of just like a dad kicking off at a kid, his son. The fucking people, like the fucking Butlin's redcoats doing the Macarena for everyone. Let's go, I'm being it's got the tea, knocked it like right in the head with that. And I think as well, I just like the dynamic between Paul Mescal and Frankie Corleone, who she's really great in as well. I think it's like a Jacob Tremblay type of thing in Room type of thing where I'm like, I want more. It's a first fucking film. I'm like,
fucking nailed it.
Keep going. Keep going. And I think as well what's interesting is, like, again, there's a lot of what she is like that reminds me a lot of my niece. Yeah. So again, I can click with that. There's a lot of things in terms of Paul Mescal, in terms of his stoic nature at points where I'm like, oh, that's like my stepbrother quite a bit. Yeah. So things like that are quite, like, connected. But one thing I really, like, love about the handling of this, this is kind of like the storytelling that, like, I think's really ambiguous, but there's still enough to where you can understand. Like, there's not a moment where we say, like, there's not a moment where he goes, oh yeah, when he died, when he killed himself. Yeah. There's not a moment where Sophie goes to his grave as an adult. There's not, like, anything. We know. He basically writes a suicide note on a postcard. Yeah. Like, you know, that. And we just see a broken man. And to me, it's like, that's all. I didn't need to see him hanging at the end of it. Or I didn't need to see him ODing on pills. It's like, but, like, there was a lot of shit like that where it was like we were going through the film, and then I'm like, and then it caused a dialogue between me and my mum, like, after we watched the film, and I'm like, I think the implication was that he killed himself, and then she was like, yeah, and then my mum had a theory in the sense of, like, thinking that she felt like, again, I was like, well, I don't know, like, what necessarily over or whatever, but, like, that clearly was the implication. And my mum was like, again, having, like, things like, maybe, like, she got the impression that he was closeted.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, all right. It was like, because of the interaction he had with the scuba diver or whatever, or like, and it was like, oh yeah, maybe. Yeah. It's a possibility. So it's like, but again, that didn't necessarily make or break the film, but I'm like, the fact that, like, a film can leave enough on the table for you to be like, there's that element of it, which I'd like from just a script writer point of view, in the sense that if you can write a story that can make someone go, I got everything they were saying, but also that. And again, a lot of the themes in the films I've talked about is a lot of memories, reminiscing. The fact this whole film is just a memory that cuts back to the present sometimes, whatever. But again, I can point out all, like, the slice of life shit that I like in it. Again, the way they shoot it, they get family holidays right on the tee. I love it. Yeah. The karaoke scene I find very, like painful. Yeah, it is, in the sense of, like, I like this isn't a broken father-daughter relationship, but it's not, but it's a complicated one. Yeah. like, which I'm like, oh, I like that. There's like there's like certain, again, I love the cinematography in it because there's just like, it's simple, but making the simplicity brilliant. It's very Japanese directed and all. It's a very like oriental way of framing, I think. And the way there's that one shot of when he's trying to cut his cast off in the bathroom, and the bathroom's lit blue. She's in the room reading. Yeah. And it's warmly lit. And then there's just that one shot where it's like divided. And he's in the blue, like fucking. But it's like he's cut his arm from trying to cut the cast, and he's just not trying to like, be like, fuck.
Yeah, he doesn't want to say anything.
Like, and then like, I think the other scene that I really like, it really hit me the second time watching it because I didn't like register as such. And again, it helps now knowing like the outcome of them, what the film is telling you. Like now you know it's like, oh, we're looking at a memory back of like a daughter looking back at like the last memory of her dad before he committed suicide, before he lost the battle of mental health. Was there's the point where she's laid on the bed and she's going, I just feel, what's the word she said? Just feel down. And he goes, what do you mean? And she went, I don't know. Do you ever like have days where you've had like a really busy day and then you just come home and you just feel down and your bones are you're just sinking and you can't move your limbs and I don't know, you just feel down. And then like just gradually pans over to him brushing his teeth and you just see it in his eye. Again, Paul Mescal, man, just fucking like, I can't praise his performance enough. Where you can just see it in his fucking face where it's like every fucking day and he just goes, well, we're here to have a good time, aren't we? Spits at the mirror. It's like, fucking hell. It's like, it's so like, and I think it's one of these instances where it's like, you go from that. He's so like just keeping all of his shit in. Yeah. No matter, he's trying to do anything but talk about his shit. Don't know what his shit is. Don't need to know what his shit is. Don't need to know, I don't think. It's not important to the point of it all, because then you're then trying to find more of a reason to like, well, maybe but like he's just keeping this shit in. But then they get that really like fucking beautiful scene of where he's talking to Sophie, and when she tells him about like she kissed a boy, it was on the lips, and then to which then like he goes, Sophie, I want you to know you could tell me anything, you know, when you grow up, you know, boys you're with, pies you have, drugs you take. And she goes, Dad, no, I'm being serious, Sophie. You can tell me anything that happens in your life. I want you to tell me. I want you to know you can tell me anything. And she goes, well, I won't be doing all that. Well, I won't do any of that. And he goes, and that's fine too. But just tell me anything. And then I'm like, fucking do the same. Do the same. Do the same. And it's so, because it's like, I found myself in a situation where I tell people, tell me anything. Don't fucking hide shit from me. Don't feel like you can't be open to me. And then I find myself in the exact situation, like, of like, just like, nah, I just won't because I'll bother people. And I'm like, fuck me. It's such like it's such a beautifully contemporary way of looking at mental health. And I think especially with, I'm not sure if it's intended that way, but especially with men's mental health. Because it is a very perfect encapsulation where he's like, well, I'm a dad and I'm the man and I can't do it. I think that's where it really hits. And it happens every fucking time, and it's changed the way I listen to Under Pressure now, where I can't, where that ending fucking just something about it, man.
That was the best part of it for me, was that the Under Pressure scene is fucking great.
That's the thing that kept me going back to it. That's the reason why the film kept in my head.
It's so well.
Because again, if it wasn't for that ending, I might have just thought that was a really nicely done slice of life film about this. But that ending, talk about an ending, just it was like the whiplash effect in the sense of like, you think about the ending so much to where I'm like, fuck, now I need to go back to the film. And because as soon as like hear Under Pressure, I'm like, oh, I like the song. He's dancing. You realize the Ray fucking scene we've been seeing is more so just her memory of him. And oh god, man, I can't like even like, it would be genuinely a thing like if I could be in any mood whatsoever, and if you just even stuck the ending on, I'm like gonna be washed away with like fucking like emotion with it. It's I don't know what about it. It's the way it's edited. It's the flashing lights. You can see like it's the adult her with him.
Yeah.
And it's like it then cuts to the close-ups on him.
Yeah.
I don't know why. It's like the music then cuts and we just hear the Bowie and Mercury vocals where I'm like, that's so like powerfully profound way of like sound design and using just a song that isn't originally composed, but doing it in such a way where it's like so like, oh no, do you know what it is? I can't even explain why it elicits the emotional reaction it does. But it just there's again, it helps that I fucking love the song anyway.
Yeah.
Big Queen fan. But then there's like, you got like the fucking like again, lyrics and songs, if you can match them up perfectly for me, it's fucking it. Like I can't remember. It's like, why can't we give love? There's and then I forgot what Bowie's bit in it. But it's like his fucking lyrics in it as well. It's just like, this is our last dance.
Yeah,
that's it. Like, this is our last chance. This is our last dance. I'm like, fuck me. And the one other bit I want to say, two other like scenes in it. Yeah. 3 technically. The one where he just goes fucking AWOL. Leaves. Yeah. I remember being fucking just heart started being like pulsating when he just runs to the ocean. I'm like, shit. Yeah. Fuck. Then the next thing you see him, he's just let out naked on the bed. Yeah. It's like, fuck. And then it's like next day, he's apologizing. They're all fine. It's his 31st birthday. Which is mad because Paul Mescal's like a year younger than me as well. So I'm like, wait, what? How did he play? His 31st birthday, they all sing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow. Yeah. My favourite cross dissolve in a very long time is where he's then just stood on like the mountain and then it's just cross dissolving to him, like the camera shot of him facing his back. Yeah. Him blubbering. Yeah. Alone in the bedroom, just crying alone. I'm like, fuck me. I've never seen a more realistic like look at like bad crying. Yeah. Like I've certainly been in the room myself doing it. but I've never seen it so depicted so authentically to a point of where fuck I just felt like I just like had a mirror to like a time type of thing. And I also do want to preface I feel like I should preface shit. I've never had like suicidal thoughts or any regard like that. That's never been a situation. I feel like I need to preface that the more I'm like talking about like this film means so much. I feel like I'm seeing a mirror to myself in certain situations. Never gone to that point with anything. Want to preface that, but I do want to say is I do think it's important to almost have like a film like this that can at least be like more so like. Trying to make it more more visible to like, oh, yeah, shit. Because I think it's not necessarily like, oh, this is not necessarily. I feel like this is an important film to show people who are in the situation that don't realize they are in the situation is the best way I can describe it. And that just that cross does all. Just said it perfectly in the sense like you could see it's like he's getting sung for He's a Jolly Good Fellow too. And he's just really not feeling it because he's physically there, mentally not one bit. Yeah. And then it's like we then cut to just the ugliest cry of ugliest cries from Paul Mescal, and then the end shot after the under pressure scene, fucking sensational. Yeah. This is the second year in a row. I just realized because another round ended with a cathartic dance scene as well.
Yeah. Weirdly, yeah.
So. We'll see what happens next year. We'll see what film comes out next year.
Craven the Hunter ends with a
dance number. That's
That'd
it.
Be amazing.
Fucking, that's it. Just like a cathartic dance scene. Yeah. And then but then we cut to the camcorder footage of Sophie leaving last time they ever see each other. Video pauses. We then pan to see Sophie in her flat. We continue panning to then see Paul Mescal in the shirt we've been seeing in the dance, shuts the camcorder off, turns, just goes into the rave room. And it's like, what a fuck, like that, like, unlike Cha Cha Real Smooth and Clerks 3, I didn't cry at this film. Yeah. Which is where I think this is a bit more of a powerful, profound emotion that this film did elicit in me. In the sense, second time I did watch it, single tear did shed, we'll say that. but I didn't bawl. I wasn't bawling like I was in Dante's deathbed.
Yeah.
I wasn't like getting like really like emotionally connected to the character like I was in Cha Cha Real Smooth, where I saw myself in Cooper Rafe in that regard. I didn't see myself in Paul Mescal, and I didn't feel like I experienced what the exact thing that was happening. But first time saw the film, and even the second time, once the credits hit and I've just went through that ending, I am feeling just like I just got an emotional wash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, Jesus Christ, fuck. And then it was just almost like I did. It's one of these. It's one of the few times with a film where I've just sat looking at the credits, still having no intention in standing up.
Yeah.
And I think that is the best way I could describe it. I can't explain it in the sense of like, yes, it's really great because the awards. Because I'm not technically. I can't technically break down this film. All I can do is say, fuck, it did something to me.
Yeah.
It did something to me, and I think that's the most important thing a film can do. As I've been fucking talking about the last few films, the most important the most important thing a film can do is just give you some sort of self perspective on it. And yeah, I look forward to whatever the fuck Charlotte Wells does next.
Yeah.
This is a debut feature.
Mental.
Yeah. Also terrifies me though, because then it's like, oh, what are you gonna do next though? Are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Is this what? Fuck's sake! Yeah. But I'm excited for whatever happens with her. I'm excited what happens with Paul Mescal now.
Yeah.
I think it is and this is again, I realize we didn't explain it. As always, there's always mental health links in these descriptions of these videos, and this is reason why I feel like. And it's films like this and emotions like this where I'm like, even if you're not in like a bad state, a suicidal state, I will say that, you just don't think to yourself, it's not worth confronting in yourself. I think that's also another thing, because I think a lot of people even go, well, I don't want to kill myself, so it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Yeah.
No, I still think it's like
it doesn't matter what level it's at. The fact that it's there in the first place is what.
Yeah, and I think the fact that this film does it in such a subtle way. Again, we're not seeing Paul Mescal fucking trying to like down pills or whatever. We just see him just there in that state, and I think that's why After Sun will forever be a film that I will take with me. And hey, 95 minutes as well.
Yeah, well, moves at a clip, mate.
Moves at a clip. This film moves at a clip.
Moves at a fucking clip, mate.
And that is why we don't end these lists with my number one.
I've got one second.
Are you going to turn the light on? That's what I was going to suggest. Yeah. I was like, fucking hell. But yes, After Sun, my number one film of the year. Look forward to anything else that happens with Paul Mescal and anything else. But yes, Robbie, your numero uno.
I think you know what it is, boy.
I think I do.
My number one is Glass Onion, a Knives Out mystery.
There we go.
Did you get it right?
Do
you want to compare top five?
Yes.
Okay. So look at your top five for me. Ah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait 1 second.
All right, Avatar 2 is your 5, Glass Onion is your 4, The Batman is your 3, Nope is your 2, and Everything Everywhere is your 1.
Wrong.
Obviously.
All wrong. I had 5, some Japanese shit. 4, The Batman. Got that right. 3, I had Glass Onion.
Oh, you thought Glass Onion was going to be within? I fucked you over with that one.
Yeah, you did. 2, Everything Everywhere. 1, After Sun.
Yeah, okay.
So
you got my 1 right.
Boff. Yeah.
Right, okay, let's talk about
this. Let's talk about Glass Onion. I love it. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's so good. So I love me some Daniel Craig. Resident of near me. He lives near me.
Does he?
Yeah.
Really?
He has a house in Cherry Burton, which is the village over from Julia.
Ah. Him and Rachel Weisz?
I don't know.
Probably
I imagine so. Yeah.
I assume so.
We've seen him driving.
Really?
Driving through Walkington. My sister's boyfriend. This is completely irrelevant to my opinions on Glass Onion. It's just a fun fact. My sister's boyfriend saw a really, really fucking nice, I think it was like a green rose or something like that. Like, fucking hell, that's an amazing car.
And was it just Daniel Craig?
That? Some fucking guy walks past, then like speeds past him, hood up, baseball cap, sunglasses, mask on, gets in, quickly gets in the car, takes it all off. It's Daniel Craig. He drives away. He's off. He's gone. And that was in the village green of my village.
Shit.
So, strange, man. But yeah anyway. I love him. I think he's great. I think he's particularly great as Benoit Blanc.
Yes.
I think he's probably my favourite role of his.
Yeah.
I think he's great as Bond, but like this is fucking...
He's very good as Bond, but I
love the fucking... Like,
I'm not good at dumb games.
I love it. I love the campiness of the whole thing now. I love...
Spoilers for Glass Onion, gotta say it.
Oh, yeah. So, okay. Here's my thing with it, right? I think all I wanted was a good mystery movie. And for it to be good like the first movie is.
Yes.
Right? It started out, and I was like, I don't know about this.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The first bit, because it's so...
Or like the box and the
because they're
fucking...
trying to be topical. So for me, I was like,
yeah.
No, one of the characters is a politician. Oh, no, one of them's a fucking... Oh, COVID's canon. Oh,
yeah.
Oh, we're doing fucking Among Us, and we're doing, and Dave Bautista's a terrible
Twitch. He's Andrew Tate.
Yeah, and he's playing Andrew Tate, and I'm like, oh, God, maybe this isn't going to be for me. Little did I know that it was going to continue and be fucking brilliant. It's so much fun.
This is good as time. Really good.
Janelle Monáe's amazing in it.
Yeah, really good.
She's so good.
Is she your standout?
No, Craig's the standout.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Of the supporting cast, obviously.
Yeah,
because I can't just say... Because if I did this for every one of these that comes out, it's always going to be him. It's going to be the standout.
Well, he wasn't the standout on the first Knives Out.
Oh, it was for me.
Was he?
I love him.
I mean, he's really good in it.
Chris Evans is great in that.
Yeah.
I love Anna de Armas as well.
I mean, I like Michael Shannon a lot in that in the
Okay,
first Knives Out. It was funny as fuck.
But for me, I think in the supporting cast, it was probably Norton.
Yep.
I think Ed Norton's hilarious in this. Just the whole thing. I don't think that thematically it's as good as the first movie.
No.
I like the rich versus poor thing in the first movie.
Yeah. What was this one? This was just like
it was just kind
self-entitlement,
of
really.
Self-entitlement and like rich people and whatever.
Still kind of similar type of thing.
Yeah. But I think the characters are so good in this. The characters for me were more... I haven't seen the time. The characters in this were more memorable for me than the first movie.
Fair.
I think I could name all of the ones in this, but in the first movie I'd probably forget a couple.
I couldn't name name characters.
I'd forget fucking Hannah Baker was in it. I'll forget that.
Oh yeah, Catherine Lang.
Yeah, I'll forget that one.
It kid.
That kid was in it. I forget that he's in
a
it.
Little Nazi boy.
Yeah, little Nazi boy. Things like that. Whereas this one, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, well, Catherine Hahn.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson was great. Kate Hudson was great. Fucking her.
Madeline Klein.
Yeah, Madeline Klein is great in it.
Her assistant. I know you mean.
Her assistant is really fucking funny. All of it, and the characters are great. There's such great fucking choices in it.
Leslie Odom Jr.
Leslie Odom Jr. is amazing. Kind of wasted, but that's fine. But
not everyone could have everything.
Exactly. Kate Hudson showing up in the Lana Del Rey COVID mask.
Oh, brilliant!
It's genius. It's so smart. I was like, that's so fucking funny. And I think the twist, little twist for you, little twist. I don't think the twist is as good as the first movie. Because the first movie's twist being we find out who did the murder 30 minutes in. It's fucking brilliant. Because it's like, well, what even is the mystery movie from at that point? So that completely deconstructs the genre, which is great. This movie leans further into, which I appreciate, and I think if he's going to keep doing these, he's going to have to lean into this. You can't deconstruct the mystery genre every time. No. You can do that for the first one, and then you've deconstructed it, so you can't do it again.
So
he's more so leaning now into like doing fun things with the tropes of an Agatha Christie story.
Yeah.
So then it's like the twin sister.
Yeah.
which could come off as really fucking cheap and lazy, but somehow is really fun and done really well. And Janelle Monáe's performance as both of them,
really good,
is really good, and her playing the sister, pretending to be the other sister, is really cool.
Yes.
I'd say probably best sequence of the movie is the bit where all the lights go out.
Yeah,
it's so good.
When the knives are out.
When the knives are out and the fucking the lighting is incredible.
Yes.
Oh my
Stephen
God.
Yedlin as a cinematographer.
Oh, it's amazing.
First of all, Lee, I always find it very amusing. Lee always bums over him. He's one of the best cinematographers. Yeah. And then you look at what he's done. He goes, he's a really inventive cinematographer. Yeah. He's obviously he's not as flashy as like Lubezki or Deakins, but he always makes things interesting.
Oh my God.
Like everything. Like,
do you know what shot's amazing? I can't remember if I think it's Catherine Hahn's character is in the kitchen. And the light's spinning round, and it catches hair, and you just see a flash of hair and hair reaction, and then the light keeps spinning round, and you see the knife block with a knife missing. It's so good. What fucking good shot.
Yeah.
And the camera barely... Well, I don't think the camera does move. It's just the light moves.
Yeah, I think it kind of dollies out a little bit. Yeah, I think it...
Oh, my God, that's so good.
Yeah.
And you're like, what's going to happen? And then she gets shot, but then... That's one thing where I'm like, all right. The fucking
when they kept going,
stopping her from dying in the pocket. Yeah, okay. If you like.
When I watched that for the second time, Ron O'Croyd, the reaction was like, I think it was either Kate or Eddie. I can't remember. They were like, "Wait, hang on," and then to which the Angus was like, "It's the plot. Shut the fuck up. Just fucking accept it. Fuck up. Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, the fact that she doesn't die, and then Daniel Craig, she's like, "Hot sauce on me, so it looks like I've been shot." Great, really good stuff. Yeah. How Dave Bautista dies.
Oh, it's just pineapple juice.
It's brilliant. Like
it's not poison. That's what I mean.
No, it's not even like.
I like how like the Knives Out films are slowly becoming like, what's this big plan? It's like no, it's just
pineapple juice. Julia said she called that. She was like,
really?
As soon as they mentioned he was allergic to pineapple, I was like, well, he's gonna something's gonna happen with that because why would you even mention that?
I mean, I would have just took that as like a nice little characteristic.
I was like, that's fine. But she was like, "No, I knew straight away." I was like, "Okay."
Yeah, Ryan Johnson is a clever fucking man.
He is.
He's really clever, really clever writer.
I would have. It'd be part of me when I went in to see it, thinking, so they're gonna get killed off one by one on this island, is what I thought was gonna be the thing, and then it was gonna be like, who's the guy killing everybody? But it's not that, like at all. It's about this sister trying to get revenge for her sister who died.
Yeah.
And it's fucking great, man.
Really good time. Really good time.
Really good time. And I can't wait to see more of them.
That's the thing I'm excited about. Yeah. I'm excited about, like, more.
When's Jiggle going to be in one properly? Because he's in the first one. He's in this one.
Dong!
Doing the dong. And he's in the first one as a news reporter or something.
We have the nanny cam.
Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, no.
When's he going to be in one proper?
I want it. Yeah. So badly.
Ethan Hawke.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing with Ethan Hawke in this movie, right? He's in that one scene.
Yep.
He does a little in everyone's throats.
Yeah.
The cure for COVID.
Yes,
which is hilarious.
The
idea that he has that.
Yeah.
He had that and he didn't give it to the world, he just kept it, is brilliant. But announcing Ethan Hawke with the rest of the cast?
Yeah, he got announced.
Bizarre.
That's why I was like,
just
oh shit, yeah.
In that case, just don't say anything. Yeah. And he's just a cameo.
Like Humongo.
Yeah, like Humongo. Best cinema moment of the year for me. I was sat in that cinema and I was like, someone knocks on the door. I was like, oh, okay, Benoit Blanc's going to open the door, whatever. Boom. It's Hugh Grant. He's in a lovely little... Oh, God, he's got a lovely shirt on, tie, waistcoat, and a lovely little apron. And I think he's got other mitts on or something.
Probably.
Fuck, man. And he's like, oh, sorry, he's in the bath or whatever. Gay.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
Benoit Blanc is fucking Hugh Grant.
Which makes it even funnier looking back when Kate Hudson's just trying to flirt with him.
And it's so good.
And he's just like, but he's also just the most awkward man as well. I like how, like, we're gradually, because if you look at Knives Out, his introduction is like the badass to take. I like the thought of just gradually making Benoit Blanc more of just an accidental goofy.
Yeah. I love the...
I like when he guesses the murder mystery right off the bat. Yes. It was Birdie with the crossbow.
Yeah. I love his tiny little shorts and his stripy t-shirt. Big fan of that. Yeah, we just swaying through the water. I saw a suggestion on Twitter where I'm like, I would love to see that movie. Someone suggested that the third movie should be him and Hugh Grant going on a cruise holiday together to get away from it all. And Hugh Grant is saying, please don't try and solve any mysteries. And then something starts happening, and there's Daniel Craig, and he's trying to not.
Hugh Grant's like, you were meant to be on a day off.
He's trying to not solve the mystery, and Hugh Grant's there like, we are on holiday. You fucking stop.
I don't know why.
We are on a cruise.
I don't know why I want, like, because before they called it Glass Onion. And I like the thought of just naming different things. I get Ryan Johnson, I get Netflix's thing. Ryan Johnson being like, I hate the fact we had to put a Knives Out mystery.
Yeah,
but by us getting Netflix, it's like no one's
going
to fucking just go and see Glass Onion.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there was my thing before that was like, I wanted the second one to be called Knives In with 2 ends.
Yes.
Set at a hotel.
Yeah.
Because that could be cool. I still think
you can still
do a hotel thing. That'd be neat. Like a Bad Times at the Royale, but with Benoit Blanc. Settle. And then I wanted the third one to be called It's a Wonderful Knife.
Oh yeah.
During Christmas time.
That's good stuff.
But
a Benoit Blanc Christmas.
Yeah.
What does he do at Christmas?
A Benny Christmas.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, gotta love it.
But that's what I mean. I like the thought of like just like could do a train thing, could do an outright murder. You know what I mean? Like that could be like.
That'd be a good one on a train.
Yeah.
Do it on a plane.
Do an automobile.
Do it on a boat.
Fuck it. We kind of was on a boat. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was an island. It was a boat that went on. But yeah.
God, I don't know. Oh fucking no! I don't know what I was gonna say now.
Get Robert Pattinson in the next one, because then you can do a funny little thing where
the Batman thing. Yeah, that's good. Don't get Jeffrey Wright in there to tell everyone.
Just get the Batman cast.
Yeah, get Jeffrey
Paul
Wright.
Dano.
Get Jeffrey
Paul
Wright.
Dano wouldn't be a bad cat.
Idea. Get Paul
Zoe Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz.
Paul Mescal would be good.
He'd be good in one.
But the thing is, this is the thing. I think any actor would just be a dream casting. That's what I mean.
Exactly. It's just good fun.
It's not like what would be the perfect cast. It's like just anyone.
And all the behind the scenes stuff that I've seen of this movie, it's just like everyone's just having a fucking great time.
Yeah.
And Ryan Johnson's just like they do nights of just playing Cluedo.
Yeah.
And they play fucking Werewolf and whatever.
Yeah.
Seems like everyone had a fun time, and I had a fun time watching it.
Yeah.
One movie of the year, Glass.
I had a good ass time as well. Glad I saw it in cinema.
Yeah, same. Very soon.
I like Noah Segan continuing being in every Ryan Johnson film as well.
Yeah.
Even though Just Skull Levitt is in every Ryan Johnson film, people are forgetting Noah Segan's also is.
Yeah, I think his one in this one was kind of like I could have done without it.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's like, how do we get Noah in it?
Yeah, it's like he's just there.
Well, that's his thing. It's like, hey, don't
mind me. Not like killed or something. Could have been killed. I mean, the twist was no one was being killed. There was no murders or something.
Yeah, no one got murdered. Someone died, but no one got murdered.
Yeah, no one got murdered. There was no murder. It was just Batista had some pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Well,
right.
Here we are.
Let's begin to wrap it up.
But
before we properly wrap it up, we need to name the film of the year, Robbie. Hang on. Is it?
Yes, it is.
Open your list.
Okay. Oh God, have I got a list?
Well, you got like
got movies.
Whatever you had. What were you reading off?
My notes section.
Then open that up.
Oh, okay.
That's what I mean. Just get your list up. The list of films that you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh no. It is. Yeah, it is.
It's everything everywhere, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Not surprising.
Not surprising, I don't think. But it was either going to be that or Batman.
That was
always what it was going to be.
Depending how radical we were going to be with Clerks.
Yeah, exactly. If Clerks 3 was both of our number one. Jesus.
Could have happened. Didn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, so the official Intermission film of 2022 is Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Good movie.
Yeah, not a surprise, but also, yeah. We've yet to do a film of the year where it is our number one. Where we both say, this is the best my film of the year.
This is definitively the best film of the year. Yeah. I don't think it'll ever happen.
This would have been the closest.
Yeah.
Because I think at one point in the year, we both would have said Everything Everywhere All at Once was the best film of the year.
Yeah.
But then other things.
Shit, man.
Yeah. But anyway, that's been our top 10 favorite films of 2022. Yeah. Stay tuned for another point where we go through the Oscar nominations. Yeah. Maybe in that video we'll announce the season, the next season. Okay. Check how long we'll be recording part 2, Robbie.
I think we talked about honourable mentions.
We did a lot. We went through the list. We went through the
Jesus, sorry everyone.
Anyway, but it won't be an intermission episode without
it being too long. So
Q part 1. We might be good with it.
Might be alright. Fucking hell, we've just skipped lunch.
We have. Let's
Said
just
that's
get
fine.
dinner.
Yeah, I'll get an Uber into town. I can't be asked to walk.
Get what?
We'll get an Uber into town. Yeah, nice.
So, guys, thank you all for watching / listening. What's been your favourite film of the last year? What film are you looking forward to coming up? Did you agree with any of our opinions?
Maybe.
Is Avatar 2 your favourite film of the year?
Are you wrong?
Is Glass Onion your favourite film of the year?
Maybe it is.
Is Robert Pattinson's Bruce Wayne the best Bruce Wayne?
No. No, he's not.
Is he the best Batman?
Yes.
Is Jeffrey Wright the best Jim Gordon?
Yes.
Go on, everybody. Everything, everyone at once. Yay!
Yay! Everybody loves it. Oh, God.
See you all later.
See you
and
later.
to next. Oh, hang on.
Fuck.
Lewis, do you want to have a message?
Yeah, I fucking hope not.
The only message I have for the podcast this week is just really there is key times in our lives where we work with people who are truly remarkable. Sometimes we're lucky enough to work with our idols, our inspirations, the reason that we are here and we are doing what we do. Today's one of those moments. All I'm going to say is I was watching Coronation Street, Emmerdale and EastEnders all in one night, as well as because I can't remember which one that he did, but there was a certain moment within the shows that I just thought was just truly what art can be. There was a firework. It was so realistic that I felt inspired just by art that was just created artificially to look so real. Just to have a rebirth of how I thought about life, how I thought about why we get up in the morning. This firework effect was just so good, it just represented truly what hard work was and passion and dedication to our craft can lead to. It's really an honour to work with Robbie, the expert audio engineer. But I didn't realise I was working with an artist of the fireworks CGI effect that really, let's be honest, puts James Cameron in Avatar 2 to shame. Thank you and good night.
Thank you very much. We didn't get Marty this time as well. Marty didn't call in.
Yeah, Marty didn't call in.
No.
Shit.
Haven't heard from him in a
I
while.
still don't know who it is.
It's Martin Scorsese.
Oh,
What do you
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Is this new film coming out this year? I just realised
Yeah,
that.
it is Killers of the Flower Moon is this year.
I'm excited. Don't know what it's about. Excited.
I know that Leonardo DiCaprio's got a stupid haircut in it, so that's fine.
We didn't have a Tyler Tale.
No, he didn't have a Telltale. I'm sorry.
I think we've got enough.
Yeah, he hasn't been doing anything.
We've got enough content
No,
in
he's,
this.
he's been busy at uni. He's not been doing anything. I'll say he's been
Staring
busy
at the
uni.
Stanley
He's been-
knife.
Yeah, staring at the Stanley knife. Will he kill Reese?
I
Is he
thought it was
gonna-
you.
Is he going to kill me on behalf of Reese? And
Whoa.
who knows, man? What's Reese planning?
How about you sign us off, Robbie?
Really? Oh shit! New year.
You sign us off every time.
Bye.